share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And now, enjoy the stream from Darklycan81. Z out.
Well, good evening, everyone. Just give me a sec, because I've not done this for a while. It's a Sunday night. I was bored. I thought I'd do a wee live stream. I've got so much stuff to... I've got some stuff to unbox. Like I say, if anybody wants to join, just let me know. I'll send you the link. I know I've been away for probably been away for about a month. I've not done one of these for about a month. But as I say, I was bored. It's a Sunday night, no work tomorrow. Thought I'd try and get some of the stuff unboxed that I bought over Christmas and probably through last year. I've got got some G.I. Joe stuff. Got some from Marvel Masters of the Universe. I need to drop the kids off at school. So I'll just have a quick look, see who's in the chat. You got Gerard. You got Gep. You got Zombie. You got TGC. As I say, I've not done one of these for a while, so I need to start getting back in. I says, with everything that happened last month with mum passing and stuff, it's kind of put me in a bad place, but she really wanted me to stop doing these kind of things. So, and your lovely Dave, he's still on holiday, so we'll just we'll take it 10 by 10 and see what happens. Hey, Daisy. I know it's a Sunday. I know a lot of folk will be probably working tomorrow, so it was kind of one of those last minute things just to do one of these, just to tell everybody that I'm still here, still kicking, as they say. I was on Stu's live stream this morning. He done well. I think it was it $5,100 or something. Finished off with. He's doing that. And I got a weird parcel today as well that should have technically come tomorrow, but come today. It's unusual for Royal Mail to deliver on a Sunday. There we go. Say it is. As always, I says, tip off the cap off the chat. Sai might have a heart attack when I open some of this stuff up, because I know he doesn't like opening certain things up. But I need the room. I've already, as you can see, I've already started my little multiverse Eternia stuff. So I've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got about 5 He-Man feather, He-Man tail them up. I don't know. I've got a couple of Super 7 Ultimates G.I. Joe. I might actually open them up and see what they're like as well. Yeah. I'm not actually set up properly for this, so I got these totem up. I need to get a better system for this. This is as I said, Cat, this was just a last minute kind of thing, so I'm kind of just winging it at the minute. And then we've also got this stuff. Then it was weird. This come the day as well for Royal Mail. It's unusual for Royal Mail to deliver on a Sunday as well. But it was meant to come yesterday. Then I got an email saying that it was delayed until Monday, and it popped in the day. Whoa. Who do you want to have? Oh, we have her. I hope Dave's enjoying his holidays. See my sec because this is I've got a couple of wee bits to show off and stuff, but I'm not a big as I say, I've not done this on my own before, so just bear with me, everyone. We have Connor. Just checking the chat. This is kind of weird. But suppose we get right. Oh. This is going to be fun and games. Maybe I should have thought about the camera angles for this a little bit better. Oh, excuse me. So I think we'll spike off up first. I just need to get some room. This is why I'm only doing this. Oh, I hope that's not cracking. I just realised that these have got foam in. When my nephew sees all these, man, he's going to go mental, man. Why did you look at me that? Oh. Whoa. I remember, hey, why is it? The nephew's one was the same. Yeah, I just went to throw the packaging away, but I just can't. I can't remember what armies that one goes into. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Oh, as it says left. Okay, I wish I still had my vintage version of this guy. Jim something. I may just put these straight on the shelf as we're unboxing them. Try and make some room. Oh, we also have a guest as well. If I can remember how to add them. Oh. Good evening, Dave.
Evening, sir. Evening.
I was expecting you to pop on. I thought you'd be quite busy.
I'm taking it easy for Sunday night, I should say, hopefully.
I thought you'd be doing the beach, doing it the old...
No, I've done too much of that. I've got a bit of a cold. I'm just going to have a big cold, so I thought I'd jump on and say hello again, stranger. I don't know what the reception's going to be like or what's it going to be like or what. I just thought I'd jump on and say hello.
Well, this is just our last... I was off tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow. It's work's doing been doing a maintenance thing for the last 2 days, get new lighting systems in. There's no point in everybody being in trying to. This is why the building's designed. They tried it last week and it didn't work right. So they decided Sunday, Monday, but being the 2 quiet days, shut it down and get it all done. So this was just a last minute thing. I says they just sit and watch the TV or they come on this and talk a lot of rubbish and unbox some toys at the same time.
Don't blame you. Need to give a big shout out to Stu Universal Toy Collector and everyone else who helped him out earlier today. The 3 till 3 stream.
Well, now he's got to grow that beard for a year. I hope he realises.
I know that is crazy, but hey ho.
He did. If he had $5,000, he would win the shave for a year.
Yeah. But you need to call him old man, Stu, then.
Okay, more actually. I should be.
So, did you get your Lego set built as well, Baz? Your Lego set?
Oh, that was finished before. I only had like 1 page to do. I didn't realise Salacious was doing the Lego stream or I'd waited, but it would have been no point if I'm waiting. Another
1 piece, doink.
Okay, I should be showing what I'm
talking about.
So I'm going to do Merman next, Dave. In fairness, I'm sure I got that off a certain person for my birthday last year.
You know something, Baz? They are €35 over here each still. Plus.
It's because majority of these ones that I'm opening up, I got these last April, and they've been just sitting in a corner for like the last year. A lot of folk will be like, "No, don't open them! Don't open them!"
Well, the price you got them at, it's like, you know what I mean? Buy them, get them.
Well, this is where I bought these ones, because these were. I mean, fair enough. I do have the Skeletor. I've got the Skeletor and the the movie versions that they did, kind of thing. I don't think I'll be opening those ones up at the moment. I'm going to wait to see if they do if it's true what they say they were going to do. I know they've done the Evil One.
Yeah.
I did see either Instagram or Twitter, somebody did put up that they were going to be doing like the 80s Beast, the movie Beastman and all that.
You'll be able to tell me, Baz. Because you know you like your He-Man stuff and that sort of stuff. I picked this up the other day. It's got a squeak in it, but it's also got some writing on it. I can't remember where it was, but is that like an Imperium or something?
It probably could be. They've done a lot of knockoffs of them. That's probably why knockoff versions of them, because the Imperium ones weren't. I don't think that was a knockoff, but they've done a lot of knockoffs of that.
It just says Main John at the bottom. That's all it says. It's just like a, you know, I know they didn't for. I thought last year, you know, like a.
They've done a lot of knockoffs. It was like a knockoff of a knockoff.
Yeah. This one's got like the squeak toy, which you can have you know.
I thought I heard you squeaking. I thought you were playing with a dog's toy.
No.
Have Palpatine. Hey. Then we have Mr. Rum.
I need to message Rum. Do you want to get back about something? I'm not going to say what yet, but I'll message you when I get back. Just a few bits.
Right, just give me a sec. I'm going to mute it because I think this will be a. Nobody wants to hear from him plastic creaking at this time of night.
Oh, Baz, I got a plastic creature. You're going to see one. What you'll do now?
Oh, that's a nice one. Is that chat me?
I think I'm not. I can't. It's got a little writing on the bottom of the foot, and I can't. You know what I mean? But it looks like a chat may.
I was going to say because I know chat me done big, like dragon creatures like that.
Is your unboxing? Yeah.
The merman. Okay, I do like the idea of this merman with the scar now, but I thought they would have made him a little bit more beefier, and it looks awfully. The head looks awfully small for that body.
Yeah.
Usually, that you've kind of got him out of package, and the head doesn't. To me, the head doesn't like suit the body type.
I know.
I meant to actually say, "Oh, happy birthday!" By the way, I know it was a couple of days ago, but I completely just realised.
There you go.
I just seen Mr. Richardson from saying happy birthday, Dave.
Yes, I think it was one of the other guys as well the other day, wasn't it? I think this week's about 3 or 4 birthdays for everyone. So, but you know, you like your robots and your gold robots and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. The frick is that? That's cool and weird at the same time.
Weird and different.
I thought it was one of those ones that transformed into the gun.
No. Turns into another like robot dinosaur.
That was just the way the tail was kind of droomed in there. I thought it was one of those ones that transforms into the gun. Do you mind having? You remember having that?
Yeah, I remember.
I just realised there might not be actually enough fucking space on the shelf.
But
Yeah.
you know, you like your knockoff toys.
Uh-huh. Mass Rider knockoff.
Yeah. Yeah. It's Mass Rider Black, or one we called my Mass Rider. And then a complete weird one as well. Another Mass Rider, but a different series. I can't work that one out yet.
I recognise the head. I recognise the helmet. I just can't.
Well, there's two Master Rider knockoffs.
Wasn't that He-Man you were talking about? The one that you were, if you had the Beastman, you could put the Beastman armor on, or are you talking about?
No, it was the
so the one
Orko set, Savage Beastman, and thinking of, just to let you know, Baz, I got it for the body and a few other bits because I've got almost a complete one at home. There's that Sentai guy from Space Ranger.
Oh, nice.
But he's the 5-inch version.
Oh, cool.
That's an old Sentai thing. I think this is a knockoff, but I like the series. I think it's called Fighting List or something. It's like a game, you put them together and you fight them together. It's like a medal series.
Karate. Is it Karate
Fighting?
Fighters? Is it Karate Fighters or something? I think it's Karate.
Yeah, something like that. It's a knockoff version. But I just liked him as a.
Because they've done a lot of weird. They did do a lot of characters for that.
Yeah.
Some of them, when you look at especially that one, you look at that face, you would assume that was a knockoff. The way it's like the eyes.
Yeah, it is.
Been painted.
Well, there's no markings or nothing on it or nothing, but I know it is a knockoff version because I got the button doesn't work and the legs are all sorts.
But I know they've done a lot of weird characters for that game, like. I don't know. I think Dave's maybe just froze there. Just come on. See when you try to do something and it doesn't want to work for you.
What is in that then? Gormities, 3 plushes.
Oh Jesus, they look terrifying. Especially that blue one.
And just in case you wanted to go with it, you got the DVD. Well, Buzz still doing his thing.
I've just put the link up for Zombie if he still wants to join.
And then new versions for your Buzz.
Oh, they look cool.
It's like a 3-headed version. You can teach these 3 versions.
Got lack.
I can't remember if we got these in the UK, Baz, but I picked it up at a flea market the other day. Hey, Zombie.
Hey, guys, how's it going? Hey, David, how you going? Baz, what's going on?
Bad.
Is that those Zodiac Knights or what? Was it Zodiac?
Yeah.
Knights of the Zodiac or?
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
I can't remember if we got them in the UK on that. I thought of that.
I don't actually know because I know there was I know they've done an updated Netflix series.
Yeah.
But I don't think we actually got. I'm not too sure if we actually got them in here now. Well, we've said that before. Is it sometimes we didn't get in the UK, but it was like a European exclusive.
Yeah.
Where are they from?
I'm still in Benidorm in Spain. And I know these are in the shops over here quite. You know, like the Dragon Ball Z figures you can get in the UK and everywhere else. That's just a fully articulated, like, Bandai figure.
No.
From Notes of Zodiac.
Yeah, I don't think we got them here. So,
Because if
I
that's
think
the
you'll-
Zodiac, if that's the Zodiac figures, man, usually does the armor come off of the ones, Dave, or the armor?
No, these are fully painted, fully articulated. These ones are. This is just
Usually-
the new school version.
So that must be like a newer one because I know I know you've got some of the Japanese versions.
Yeah.
I know when they did come out over here, it was the exact same as that you had to add the armor to them. They didn't mix and match the from the armors.
Who's from Germany, Baz?
Mike,
Is it Gap?
no, it's Mike.
Is he in the chat?
No, Mike will be from Mike will be in his bed because he starts at 4 o'clock in the morning. I did actually, when I put it up to say I was coming on, he's like, oh, I would have joined if I wasn't working. And he goes, what time do you start tomorrow? It's like 4 o'clock. It's like, Jesus Christ, that's a very early start in the morning.
The only reason why, when I was with the car booth, there's an old. I can't see what year it is, but I think the guy's in Germany or something, but it's an old Scalextric stuff.
Oh, nice.
There you go. It's been gold.
Well, how's things with you, Zombie?
yeah, not too bad. I just dropped the kids off at school, so yeah, I've got basically the day to myself. So I get to finish a couple of things today, which is good. It's always good when I got the house to myself.
Why does a certain toy manufacturer have to put like 20,000 of these little stupid plastic things?
They love you, that's why. Baz, do you remember Dragon Eyes in the UK?
Yeah. No, because Pound Stretchers actually had them in for a while. I never picked him up. The only one I picked up was I picked up the other dragon that they did. I never got around to. I should have actually went back and bought him, but never did. They'd done a couple of the smaller figures. They'd done like it was like a yo-yo kind of style game kind of thing. And they only done two of the big figures.
You done yet, Baz?
Just a bit.
Oh, nice.
Got Viking He-Man.
Okay.
No, I might actually not have enough room in the
Just while those guys sorting stuff out, I've got 100 Disney years of Disney cars, or 100 years of cars of Disney.
I've just been collecting these.
Oh, nice. I've had these Revelation ones for last April. Zombie. I've just decided to open them up.
Yep. I never got into those ones.
The only reason I kind of picked these up because we had a game shop over here that was selling them for $5.
Oh, nice. Oh, if you get them for cheap enough, yeah, sure.
I ended up buying quite a few.
Yeah.
The only one I kind of roughly, not full retail, but I paid for like, I got him for a good price on Black Friday.
Yeah,
So
that one looks good. All the rest of them look a bit funny. But that one actually, he looks all right, that one.
But he's going to put me on medium screen for a couple more minutes because he's quite lazy, and I'll flick through the rest of my stuff while you'll think of it, and I'll stay.
See if I can remember.
You got rid of him.
I've not done this for a while. I was like, how do I do this? How do I make them big?
I got 6 or 7 of these, like, Burgo City builder sets. I have to get the toys
That
on.
must be like a European thing, because I've never seen those sets over here.
It's Italy and Spain you get them from. You build the building, you get the building sets. The more the bigger the sets you get a building. And it's a 1/43 scale car.
I remember you were telling me about them the other night there, but when I was kind of the one I did quite like, because you've got the one that's
They're slightly bigger than the Disney 100 cars, the Disney cars.
Mm.
Everyone probably knew it as well. The planes.
Play.
You had another European stuff was Cacho. Brand, which is
Remember the sets you were talking about that you seen in Italy? The one that was like it's like a bigger play set, but you could put like the smaller cars in and it would like transform.
Yeah.
I've noticed them in the Tiki Max had them in.
Yeah. That's where I did the villains over here, but I'm picked up some really cheap. There's like the Corella to do one.
I was going to say, because I've seen game sales, I've seen them in game as well.
3 things left. I did book some more cards up for the European market. It's like a football game, card game. And that's what I've got all the figures and everything else. I just needed some of the cards. So I picked up them.
I was going to say that the artwork on that looked so familiar.
The one you might know, Baz, is that one. Hey, dude.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude, how you going?
You getting some sun in Benidorm, Dave?
It's still sunny. I can show you outside if you want to, but it's pitch black. Last
Been
one
looking at the
thing.
pictures on Facebook. Ooh. But Adam Berry will like a look at that. He collects vintage micro machines.
It's the big playset version.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
It is cool, isn't it? It's okay.
Yeah. Didn't know it was a track inside.
Give me a sec, I'll show you that one in a second. And then just to finish off, the Beatlemania year starts 1960s Beatlemania action figures of little plastic toys.
Look at that. With a Ringo. You don't see them every day, do you?
No, there's a 1960s, and I've got
What did you pick up?
3 out of 4.
Man. What are the shops like over there for vintage and stuff?
It was a flea market. It was like a big flea market I went to twice.
Yeah.
One on Monday, one on a month. I picked the guy had quite a few, so I picked up quite a few of them.
Man.
I know in the shop left, so looks back and so much a new wallet.
I was actually thinking as Isaiah would watch him open these up and his hair will be going like fucking that.
That's what I thought. I better come on to stop you.
Stop,
These ones will not be worth very much.
There's that place I showed you.
Yeah. Dave, send me some pictures of that, and I'll show Adam Berry that because he loves micro machines. See if you've seen that before.
I've never seen it as well. It's like, it was kind of. It's always weird that the European market always got different stuff for us.
Yeah, it is weird like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been picking up.
I've got a picture. It's a European Spanish speciality for my machine for Hot Wheels. It's little Hot Wheel ones. It's almost missing the 2 cars, but everything else is there, and there's just missing the 2 little cars.
How many cars can you get for that?
I don't mind. Huh?
How many cars can you get for that? Or has it just got 2 designated ones?
Loads. There's loads.
For the, yeah. Oh, that's all right.
That's what you'd be in your bed by now, mate. It must be absolutely knackered.
So that was probably the best one. 60s Beatles.
Yeah, they're great then. Yeah, I don't. Did Stu stay on as well? I clocked out 4:30. That was me done. I couldn't stay up any longer. So did Stu do the whole till 3 o'clock?
I think they finished about 3:05.
Wow, well done.
And it was $5,250 they raised.
Oh, you done awesome, man. It's like, especially the. I think was it your drones that you done, sorry, that auctioned out?
Yeah, auction did well. That auction went for a bit of money last night. Yeah, off Damon. Damon bought it.
I didn't see that bit, but I got told that went a bit mental.
I did bid for the Spider-Man signed comic, but I got well outbid by Gary Moore in the end. I thought it was mine. I thought, oh, 780 quid, it's mine. But no, Gary Moore came in, swept it away. Which is all for a good cause, though, isn't it? So more money the better, I suppose.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baz, I've been collecting the vintage moto as well. Picked up a whole heap last month. So.
Which one do you prefer, Zombie? Do you prefer the vintage or the new?
Yeah, I don't mind, as I said before, that one. I've been collecting these guys too.
Yeah.
But the Revelations, I never really got into that, so...
I've been like Baz, if I've been seeing them like for $5 a figure and stuff, I've been picking them up because there's such a great price for that, you know.
Oh,
and I always see things like that as like bargaining tools in the future.
As I said to Baz, for that price, you can't beat it, you know.
No,
you know. But when they're like,
oh, it's like a Skeletric from them still.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah. I've never seen that before. Not for the.
If I do lose you, I'm sorry, but you asked me for you.
Oh, look at this! Living the high life this week, Dave. Man,
mind you shouldn't be out there for too long. They might say, "Hey, who's this guy with the camera?"
Yeah. There's some guy looking at me from a balcony with camera on.
Hello, tell me about it.
How long are you there for, Dave?
GeForce.
I'll come back Tuesday. I've been here for 2 weeks. There you go.
Nice. While we're all shivering here, you just disappeared to Benidorm, nice and red hot. Don't worry about that.
I won't tell you the 2 destinations I got booked in. It might make you jealous.
Probably. It's like a freezing, northwest of England, freezing.
Came what was weird today is that after I finished the Lego stream with Salacious and that, went down, I says, I think I'll coffee, wake myself up a bit. Because I was up half the night anyway. I was on and off watching Stew and all that. Fucking sitting in the kitchen next to me, the dogs started fucking barking like hell. What are they barking at? Fucking front door, the front door. It was a fucking postie.
Yeah, you said postie on a Sunday.
And I was like looking at it again. It's like, but you don't usually deliver on. It says, "I says we're behind, so we're trying to get as much stuff out as possible." Seemingly, this parcel was meant to be delivered to you last night, but it never got added to the fucking van. But I know what these are. Well, I think I know what these ones are. No, it is. It's what I thought they were. I kind of went a little bit daft.
Yes, Stu saying that it's your third stream today. Oh yes, lovely.
I got one of them.
Oh yes, Barry. Look at all them. Look at that zombie.
Oh, yeah.
I got one for the wee man.
Yeah.
I said I'll have one to keep carded. I'll have one to Autumn, and I bought a spare one for you, thinking you needed it, but you already had it.
Yeah, and Andy Horror Chronicles got me one. Yeah.
I just when I seen it, Si, it was like.
Sorry.
Never seen these ones before. It's like, you know what? I said, I'll pick an extra one up just in case, because I know you're a big Baker Scout.
Yeah.
Fan. So pick a spare one up because neither a big will show outside, but like, oh, where'd you get that kind of thing? And then
I got one better.
Get this beast. Is that the Black Series one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to pick that up, mate. It's nice, isn't it?
It's so hard to get.
You know, I've bought a few Biker Scout helmets over the years, and I can honestly say that I think that Black Series one is the nicest one I've seen. And for the price of it, what a bargain that was. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
This is a weird Biker Scout, right? Because it doesn't. He's got the thing for the gun on his foot or on his ankle, but it doesn't actually come with a gun.
No gun. I didn't notice, mate.
But it comes with the baton thing.
It's not the back, because sometimes they're hidden at the back of them, aren't they?
I can't really tell, but
remember that Return of the Jedi figure, Dave, last year that came out, the 6-inch, and it had like the removable breastplate. Well, when I got that figure, I'm like, well, where's the breastplate bit? I couldn't see it, but it's at the back of it. But it tucked it at the back of the figure.
Behind the white card at the bottom. You know where the stickers at the bottom is right behind the big. So just to let you know, so I will be at Toy Fair tables. I booked in.
Brilliant.
And I've now just booked into Echo Base as well.
You also booked in. What it's for me now, I think what I'm going to do for Echo is just go down for the day. I think I'm just going to go down, have a day, and come back home. I think this week's going to cost a lot of money with Pete coming here, and we're going to Birmingham, and there's a Toy Fair, and there's Blackpool to do. So I'm like, oh, I'll tell you what I'll do for Echo. I'll just go for day.
No, it's not that. If you were coming up here as well, but due to the fucking train fucking strike, you can't come up.
That's a nightmare, that, Baz. I had it all booked into the courtyard. Meet my brother, meeting you, got everything booked and ready. Train's cancelled on the Friday, so I was like, can't get home. Nothing I can do.
Yeah, I think if Scuba went
to still
that I was going to take.
I will pre-warn you, sorry. There is a few more things I need to work out yet for both.
Yeah.
It should be 90% on for both.
So you're doing a table again at the Toy Fair? Because did you not say something about you was doing something with a wrestling something?
That was a couple of weeks ago, and I've had a holiday in between it. I've now got, when I get back, like 7-8 days to prepare for the Toy Fair. Will that have been enough time? Yeah. I'm having a few problems with other dealers or a few people at the moment which will be going there, which I don't want to, but I've got probably too much stock left over. I probably need to do it.
Yeah.
I might not be in the same spot then, I should say.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of us going though, isn't there? You'll see everybody there. Everyone's going, aren't they, this time?
I've had 4 or 5 dealers want to be next to me because they're first time. There's a lot of first time dealers coming with some really good stuff as well.
I believe Peaky's gone as well.
Yeah, Peaky said he was going last night. Yeah, he said he booked his hotel, he's booked his ticket.
And then for the week after the Echo, I've got a hospital appointment, the important one, on the Friday morning. Hopefully set up on the Friday afternoon, Saturday. Then I fly to somewhere else on the Sunday. That's what I was on and on about Echo.
James Bond, you aren't you? International, never here.
Man mystery.
Man mystery.
No, James Bond.
Yeah, I'll see something good at that side. I found it on It's either Italian or European micro machines one. That's why you
Yeah,
don't see
it's
that
just that
often.
Adam Berry was talking to us the other night, and he was just saying that he's got a mad love of vintage micro machines. That even if he collects them today, they've got to be the old ones. So I think he'd get a kick out of that.
I think a lot of the vintage ones we grew up as a kid and we seen them on TV and stuff. You know what I mean? That's probably why.
I'm just going to mute myself now until I pop this bad boy out of this fucking box.
Are they still making micro machines today? Then do they still make them?
Yes, yeah. They reissued them. The new ones are like a 5 set, plus you get like a building with it and that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
They
It's still
reissued it for
popular.
the anniversary a couple of years ago.
It's funny, isn't it? Things you just think have died out and they haven't. I think the last micro machine set I got was Phantom Menace. I think it was something to do with that of Claire's mum years back.
I know you collect Playmobil, Si. Have we had the... his name's the tip on the tongue. Oric and his dog. Aztec and his dog.
Asterix.
Asterix, yeah, in the UK.
Yeah, I've been collecting the Asterix stuff up. There is a set that the dog comes in. At the moment, I've got the Treehouse set and I've got the Banquet.
So it's available in the UK then?
Yeah, I'm picking them up. Yeah, they're not dear either. It's been really cheap. I haven't spent. I think it was £12 for the Banquet set. And I think it was £6 for the other. So it's not dear.
No, because they're over here, but I can't find the main set of the Asterix, the dog, and the big guy. The rest of it I can find except for that one set.
They're over here.
That's huge. If we were getting them in the UK, if we got them in the UK, I won't buy them here.
They are. They're all available on Amazon as well. Everyone, Amazon UK, they're all here, and they're not expensive. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't collect Playmobil like my brother does. I think I've done what a lot of us did. Where when the old series come out, like the Ecto 1 and the 18 van and all that, I think I jumped on them like we all did. But then I ended up getting this pirate ship from Smith's because it was great. I love that pirate ship. And then when Asterix came out, obviously from my love of the Asterix comics as a kid, I thought I'll definitely get them in.
Right.
But again, I'll never open them.
Baz, you talking about that figure? You seen the new Rocksteady and Bebop version?
Oh, hi. Oh, that looks cool. That looks mental, that.
Yeah, I actually like that figure for the new line. You see a lot of them for the new line, and they don't look half good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Blue Harvey says here that he went into Brooks. Yeah, we did. But I said to you, next time he was in Blackpool, give us a bell. So we must have missed you, by a couple of days.
There's a 2008 version, Zombie.
Yeah.
And then the Revelations. It kind of.
I actually like the Revelations better. Yeah, I actually like the Revelations better, that one.
Actually, to me, that the 2000, actually he does a 2000X one.
Yeah.
It's just like with the blue guy, it's a bit hard to pick up, but
slightly better details on the blue guy.
Yeah. Yeah, but for the price, I mean, you can't go wrong, can you?
No.
I think during when we'd done the Black Friday Day weekend kind of thing, I saw them for £12, so I picked them up.
Yeah.
Between Too Bad and Trapjaw, I love those characters, man.
Yeah.
That's a great figure, that. Looks a lot like the original one, doesn't it? Just like a bit more...
Yeah, detail. That's what I like about it.
So how much are the prices now, Zombie, for picking them up? Are they expensive, the vintage, to pick up now?
Yeah, I picked up a whole heap for about $400. But that's Australian dollars, so there's probably about
for me, Australian 400 is 200 for me, which is still a lot of money for vintage. $200.
Yeah. I picked up some vehicles in that as well, so I think it was about 10 or 12 figures and about 6 vehicles or something.
Oh, you got a sweet old one.
It wasn't too bad. Yeah, it wasn't too bad at all. But yeah, I've been trying to get into those. Plus, I get the Black Series helmets as well. But yeah, so yeah, I haven't picked up any. I've been looking. Just been trying to save some cash at the moment. So.
Yeah.
I got other things to spend it on, unfortunately. But yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's all this week meeting up, but I don't want to pick anything up because we're at the toy fair. Do you know what I mean? In like 2 weeks, so it's like you feel a bit like picking things up when you know you're going to a big bloody toy fair. So
yeah,
I won't be picking anything up yet for a bit.
Well, I picked up a new helmet last week, so yeah, that was kind of like all my budget gone in that for a Black Series. I picked up.
Yeah.
Crazy. Simon, I'll give you a message either tomorrow or something about the set. I'll let you know. I'll send you the pictures across.
Yeah, do
Bazza, I'm going to head off now because my throat's still a killing from the other day. And I can't, so...
Appreciate you.
Zombie, nice to see you again, dude. Si, see you in 2 weeks, hopefully.
You take it
easy.
I'll confirm
glad you've had a nice birthday, pal.
Days.
Yeah, I'm glad you've had a good birthday and having a nice time and stuff. And yeah, we'll have a good time on a toy fair. It'll be good.
I'll let you know. I'll confirm it during the week when I get back on Wednesday, Thursday. I'll confirm it then with you.
Brilliant.
But I'll send you the pictures of that set if you want me to. I'll send it across. So. But Baz, good luck with the stream. Congratulations on 2,000 subscribers.
I know that was that was mental for me.
2,000 subs.
I know.
Who wants 2,000? Well done, Daz.
Who wants to watch fucking me?
Not me. I'm going. So
2,000 people do.
Well, from Benidorm, I'm going to say thank you very much. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to Zombie, Son and Mengfanga, and Mr. Bears like Will's liking. Stay safe, guys. Thank you for in the chat. Good night and stay safe. See you guys.
Yeah, David.
He's off hitting the strip clubs, isn't he? That's where he's off. He's off hitting the strip clubs before they shut in Benidorm. We know where he's going, don't we?
Well, he's out in the balcony with the camera, so he might have the cops knocking on his door. You don't know.
I'll tell you, I'm loving this guy. I'm loving this one. You're like,
I really like that figure. I mean, that's probably the best figure I like out of that range so far.
What was that helmet then you just showed then, Zombie?
Oh, that was the Captain Cardinal. That's the one I just picked up last week.
I didn't even know that one. That's the first time I've seen that one.
Yeah.
So I'll put.
I didn't know they did a red one like that. I know they did that with
the white
Rise
one,
of the Skywalker one with that the lines in the red helmet and stuff. Was that the Sith one? I can't remember. I've never seen that red one like that. No.
Haven't you seen that one?
No.
It's the same as the white one. The white normal First Order Stormtrooper helmet. I bet you haven't seen this one.
Oh, your Darth Vader one.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's mint, that, isn't it? That's not Black Series, is it?
Yeah, it's a Black Series helmet, but I did the head.
It's a Black Series.
That's amazing. Can you make it big, Baz?
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
Zombies just made you big again.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, so what did you do there then?
Hang on.
That's great.
That's the head there. I 3D printed it. Although I've got to change the colour on that. This one looks a little bit too pink. But and then I just cut out a Black Series helmet.
Wow, that's great.
That's from the Kenobi series.
Yeah, it looks really effective, yeah. And what do you do? Do you sell them or?
Yeah, I'm selling one another one. You know, Spice Runners in America, like the Spice Runners Lounge, Evan.
Yeah.
I'm doing a head for him. This one's a custom I'm doing for a customer. This was, you know, a Tilly, or was it a Wolf? I think this one was a Wolf helmet. Black Series. I just modified it.
Brilliant. That's really
I've got
clever.
to do that. I've got to do. See the black things on the side? I've still got to do them. I'll probably do them later.
That's cool, isn't it, Baz?
Oh, you see his Yodas that he's been doing, man. Yeah. His Yodas are good as well.
You want to see Miss? All right,
Yeah, we put some stuff. Yeah. Oh man.
He's got a base for him as well. This one's for Mr. B. Mr. B wants this one.
Mr. B, yeah. That's brilliant.
Yeah, they're all 3D printed.
So what? You must have a large 3D printer, or the in parts.
No, just do it in your parts. I'll show you.
He's doing one for Mr. B.
Do you think you can make me want to Pete McKinnon? Do you think you can make me a PGM one?
See, there's his arm. And you just do it in sections and it just clips in like that.
Really good.
I use magnets for them.
Oh, okay.
Really good. You've got that face, great. Because Yoda's quite tricky. I mean, being an artist myself, and I've drawn Yoda countless of times over the years, it is a tricky face. Do you know what I mean? If you don't get that face just right, it's one of them faces you can just look so off, even just by the slightest thing, can't it?
I noticed Stu's in the chat. I'm quite surprised he's still awake. I thought he'd be dead. But
man, I was popping in and out of his stream last night.
Oh, he did a great job, didn't he? Brilliant job.
He did amazing.
And what I was really chuffed about, I mean, to double what he made from his last one, that's brilliant. You know, because, you know, watching a few of them videos on Stu's stream last night, some of them are hard to watch, aren't they? And I found it extremely hard to watch where the woman was trying to explain that they do Christmas and Halloween every week. Do you know what I mean? The art was going for that. And you're like, you know, that's when you realise then where this money, what it's needed for, and what a great cause it is. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes you can take life for granted, can't you? And you watch things like that, and it puts things in a big perspective for me. It does.
You can, and you see with all the hard times people are going through, and then you realise how good you've got it. You realise, geez, these guys really need a hand. You know what I mean? Yeah,
and it was just good that everyone come together like that, wasn't it? And put in like that. Do you know? A great night, really good show.
It was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. So, no, big credit to for him to Stu to do that. So
definitely, yeah. You'll have to do it 24 hours, Baz. He couldn't do it 3 hours.
It looks like he's going to sleep now. Rubbing his eyes.
Tried it, man. I wouldn't, as you say, I probably wouldn't even manage past fucking 5 hours. But man, we've done stupid chats.
4 hours, yeah. But 24, my goodness, not for that long.
Yeah, you would get bored after filming so many, but as long as you've got enough people coming in.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. He had a nice tick over, didn't he? Every 2 hours, there's a whole load on and everything, and that's what kept me watching, because there was so many interesting people on, and so many people you know and stuff. And
I was quite interested with the G.I. Joe guys, because it was like different. I think there was folk for South Africa and Canada, and it was just, as you know, I'm starting to get back into the G.I. Joe kind of stuff, and you always kind of, sorry, we've got Scuba's been giving me great information as well, but it's always nice to get other folks' inputs. It's like, where would you start, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Or do you just collect the characters that you like? And it's kind of,
I'm impressed with a lot of G.I. Joe, Baz. I've dipped my toe in a couple of times with figures that I've really liked. But but it's just something I can't go near. G.I. Joe is too vast. It's too overwhelming. There's just so much. I wouldn't know where to start, where to finish. Yeah, it's just too much for me.
See, I'd be quite happy just with this, like the starting lineup, like Duke and Snake Eyes and Scarlet and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But as you say, I mean, there's like probably about half a dozen different Snake Eyes now. There's probably, and it's what one.
Well, again, I don't know. All I know is that I watch some of these like Connors and stuff, and they do these G.I. Joe classified reviews. And because I'm a 6-inch, 7-inch collector of figures, now and again they'll show one, and I'll think, I really like that. I've got to get that in. I'm not bothered about the history of it. I just like the figure, like that Helix one. I think G4 showed it. It was a Helix figure, and like his yellow suit, ninja katanas. I thought, I've got to get that. That figure's great. Do I know anything about it? No, I'd be a liar. I know everything about G.I. Joe.
Yeah, because the only G.I. Joe classified figures that you've actually got is from the Snake Eyes movie, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I like them. I've not even seen that film, so I don't know if it's a load of rubbish or if it's good. I have no idea. I just like them figures when I saw him. And again, I think they were £10. So I thought £10 figure, 6-inch figure, accessories. I'm picking that up, and then I got the rest from that line. And
I quite like the Baroness with that line. That Baroness is quite a nice one.
That is one I did buy carded. I bought the Baroness on card because I like that one. And then I saw I don't know if it was Connors or somebody else's review where they've done like a Crimson one with the Crimson Twins.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll do like that. I think that might be the next G.I. Joe I do pick up.
Yeah, I never got into G.I. Joe.
No.
I don't know if I want to go down any more rabbit holes, you know, because there's so many to go through. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to turn your nose up now and again, don't you? You have to do. I mean, I'm a big DC fan. DC's my first and foremost.
Yeah.
But after the amount of lines I collect, and then that Superpowers line come up, I thought, I can't. Even though they're £10 a figure, they're not, are they? Because by the time you finish the wave in a collection, you've spent another few £100.
Yeah.
So slow down on them.
It's crazy. It's
kind of week in the last couple of weeks, just to keep I'm trying to keep busy, and it's like, you know what, it's about time I went into the Aladdin's cave and see exactly what was in there. It's like what you say, Si, is that you buy stuff, you put it aside, and then it's like you'll see it, and it's like, have I got that? So I've now been gone through and just to see exactly what's in that spare room, and the amount of lines that I've actually dived into is I'm going to have to go through it all and say, right, this is what I want to start collecting. I need to have a main focus.
Yeah.
It was Salacious Rum that said it one night, Salacious Rum. And he said, have you got to the point now where you look at things and think, have I got that? Have I not? And I scoffed when he said it. This was about a year ago, and I went, as if you wouldn't know, like, you know, what figures you're buying stuff. Honestly, now, I'm exactly the same as him.
So,
yeah.
I have no idea. Yeah, it's right. Zombie's going to make me one. 2-foot PGM I'm going to have. His little hands out like a tray. Put my keys on when I come in.
Well, it's not that. Just before Christmas, I kind of dived into the turtle stuff. Then you got Trinomial, like my Transformers, my DC starting to fucking pick up again, and we've got Power Rangers, Marvel, Black Series, Fortnite. I've been buying some of the new Fortnite figures, because the Hasbro Fortnite figures, because those are quite cool. Like, it wasn't until you realise I've got the He-Mans, and it's like, I've got 3 different fucking versions of 3 different lines of He-Man figures, and it's like, I'm really.
I know. But you're saying, Turtles, Transformers. I mean, if I start, I could quite easily get into them because I was
actually hoping. I was hoping that Gabby would have been free, because I was going to try and transform this online on screen before actually looking at the instructions.
That's only
21 steps, but 21 steps is still quite a lot.
21 steps, jeez.
Yeah, I've got one bed now. It's 47 steps. I ain't fucking.
You might have your 24-hour stream then.
Well,
I just saw then Mr. B saying he's big time looking forward to that Yoda. I would be looking at that. Yeah, that's brilliant. Love
it's
that.
like
Neo.
I've already showed Si that. It's already been opened, so I was kind of having a wee look at the instructions.
Oh, we might have to do deals yet on that, Baz. We
Fuck.
just might have to do some deals.
Fuck,
That's him with the base.
fuck looking at the instructions for that side. That would take you about a year to fucking transform that. The amount of steps just to do one arm. I know you.
So is that what it means? You make a full base with it as well, Zombie? For full lot?
Yeah. It comes with a plaque. Oh, it's upside down. Comes with a plaque as well.
Brilliant.
Oh yeah, I go all out on them. I don't do them half-assed.
Yeah,
But
brilliant.
yeah, that's the base there on the bottom. See?
Look at what you received there. That's really good. Really impressive.
I've just seen what Mr. B put after from an. No, imagine if it had a pull string and thought.
Cool stuff.
It would. Yeah, it's lovely that.
What is it? Oh,
Yeah, Baz, I'm finding it a bit hard to find that Megatron. There might have to be some deals made. How bad do you want it?
Now, Mr. B, he's got like there's a metal rod that comes out of the base, and he just put him on top. It's basically just one rod into 1 foot, just so he doesn't fall over if someone touches him or something. He stands up by himself, but yeah, just you're going to get people that want to poke him, you know.
Maybe look that that Megatron up kind of thing. I think the cheapest is was $100, but I don't know. I was going to say because it's on Japanese or thing. You can't tell from what year actually come out.
Nice, isn't it? They are. Connor's comment. Could you make him a 3D Sharon Stone? That'd be nice, yeah.
Yeah, younger version or the older version? I'd rather the younger version.
Was Connor? You don't want to mess with that. That's rough.
Did you want to see my life-size R2?
Yeah,
yeah. I'll put him on the big screen for this. Say this coming.
This is what started it all.
Oh, look at that beast! I love life-size stuff. I love it. Always have. That's great.
He lights up and everything too, but I haven't put the battery in, so I've got to put the batteries in.
And you've made that?
Yeah, he's 3D printed.
That's crazy. I've got a 3D printer, Zombie, and I haven't used it for about a year and a half. I still haven't stuck it out its polystyrene. And you're making all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm ashamed of myself.
We'll need to surprise.
There it is there. It's going now. Yeah, I'm making another Yoda. I'm making a spare Yoda. So I'm up to.
I also want an R2.
R2 was about, I think it was about 7 months of printing. Just printing on one printer. So,
Mr. Big, stop watching zombie videos. You're going to be skinned. You're going to have no money left. You'll have to cast the full size of Star Wars.
Well, that's 3D printed, the blast shield. That's 3D printed. And that's just the Black Series helmet I've painted. So
really good.
But yeah, you can print. Before I started doing, you remember the 1966 Lost in Space TV series?
Yeah.
Sort of. Rob the Robot.
Yeah, the B9 robot. I'm doing that life size as well. I'm only halfway into him though, because I got stuck doing Yodas. I'm on to my 8th Yoda now. And they take roughly 3 weeks. So
wow.
Yeah.
That's actually quicker than I thought that, to be fair with you. Is that from start to finish? printer?
Roughly, it's about 2 weeks of printing. 2 weeks of printing on one printer. So, but I just picked up a new printer the other day, so it needs a sensor. So I've ordered one of those on eBay. So I should get it in about a week or so. So then I'll have 2 up and running. I've got another one out in the shed, but it's a smaller one. It's not as good, so I can't print Yoda parts on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so hopefully I'll keep one as a spare. I've still got to make one for me. I haven't made one for me. I've made other people Yodas, but I haven't made one for me yet. And then, yeah, I can get back onto the B9. Yeah, I'll show you. You see him there?
Yeah.
You see him there?
Yeah, that's the. I know what that is. It's the. They call it the biscuit tin, don't they?
I think so. I'm not sure, but he was about just that part there is about 3 months of printing, roughly. I've still got roughly the same for his lower half. I've still got to do his legs and his feet and stuff, all his tracks.
Could you do a full-size battle droid?
Yeah, that's in the works. I want to do that.
Yeah.
Pit droids. I want to do one of those. A battle droid. I've seen people even do, the destroyer droids.
Yeah.
The round ones that roll in a ball. They've done them. Michael, what is it? Michael, I can't think of his name. He's in the US. He made a life-size probe droid from Empire. It stands about 9 feet tall. It's crazy. That's 3D printed. Yeah, it's just a matter of how much time you've got and how much patience you want to put into it.
Yeah, that stuff's amazing.
I have a
I went to Celebration this year and we saw like a big probe droid that was like flying, like moving around a big stick and moving. That was really impressive.
You need a Darth
Yeah, that was probably Michael's.
Was that probably the one?
Yeah, that was probably the one. It was about 9 feet tall or something. Yeah, on a snow base.
Yeah. And he just pushed, he moved it along everywhere, and it had like some sounds in it, and the noise in it. It was so like it was really weird because when it passed through that noise, you was like, "Whoa." Do you know? Even though it's like,
yeah, that was really cool. So yeah, it's crazy. It's you can print just about anything you want. You see.
Yeah, but, that's what I got one to make weapons for my multiverse, because the multiverse stopped coming with guns and stuff, which I thought was a bit odd considering that most Batman villains come with their iconic gun. So that's what I bought mine for. Yeah, look at you making full-size R2s. Might have to start thinking out the box, I think.
Well, I like to print things you don't normally get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or super expensive. Like you can buy an R2 over in America at Disneyland, but it's like $25,000 US, and then you've got shipping on top of that. So here in Australia, to buy that, you're probably looking at in excess of 40 grand. You know what I mean? And it's that with the electronics and that cost me 2.5. But a year's time sanding, cleaning, painting, printing. So yeah. So it's a lot more affordable. So
really nice.
But yeah, I don't really. Well, I did these. Tassie from Looney Tunes and Mario. See, I don't go any smaller roughly than this if I'm going to do figures.
Yeah.
Just for the simple fact that it's not very good. The printer I've got is not very good for small things.
I love that, Marvin. That's great.
But yeah, anything smaller, you're better off getting a resin printer. But then you've got more issues with fumes and stuff. So I would like to get one eventually and put it out the back. But that's down the line. So, but like I said, mainly I stick to making big things. So
yeah, well, you've got it. I'll tell you that now. That's really impressive. All that stuff.
Thanks, man. But yeah, I'm up to, like I said, up to number 8 on Yoda's. I think I started around about September, October last year making them, and that's basically all I've done since then. So.
And you sell them stuff? Do you do like cons and stuff? And
No, I usually just post my stuff. People just say, "Can you make me one?" I say, "Yeah," and they get in contact, and I just end up making them one and sending them out.
well, when you start doing your battle droid, send a little nudge my way.
Well, you can
I've
actually
always
buy
wanted a
it on
full-size
Etsy.
battle droid.
You can actually buy the battle droids on Etsy, the life-size ones. Yeah, already.
Can
So,
you?
yeah, other people are selling them. Yeah, I think they're about $900 or something.
I'll have a look.
For a life-size one. Yeah, I want to do a pit droid as well. A pit droid, battle droid. I actually want to do, well, not printed, but I want to do a life-size Vader with the cracked helmet. That'll look pretty cool, I reckon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I made a Tusken Raider helmet too. I'll show you. Give me 1 sec.
Oh, to be able to make this sort of stuff, Baz? Oh, it'd be great, wouldn't it?
So you'll be doing that next year. We'll have you. Everybody will be owning their own Magnifinder and action figure.
Yeah, can you imagine if I get that good with it? I build a full-size Slave One. All off my printer. I told you I've had one about 1.5 years. My brother gave it me, and I've never got it fired up. Yeah, that's great. That.
But yeah, like I said, I normally do stuff I can't normally get because like the Jedi training helmet, the Tusken Raider, the Yoda. Oh, Yoda you can get, but it's like about $4,000. So stuff like that. Yeah, other stuff I try to do that you normally can't get. So and normally the files are already done anyway. So
Brilliant. Yeah.
But yeah, you should look more into 3D printing. You got a printer there, use it, man. You know,
we've never. I'm gonna have to really, after the toy fair and everything's done, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna really look into it and get it fired up. Really.
Yeah.
I mean, threatening it, but I'm always like doing something else, and I always keep seeing it at the back, and I keep thinking, get that thing going, get that thing going.
Well, the thing is, the best thing about it is you can just put it on, and as long as you check it every now and then, you can let it go.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
I've heard that before. Somebody like say how you put a casserole in the oven, you just leave it all day. Now and again, you'll check on it. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, exactly. That's all you do. I mean, depending on how lazy you want to get, you can actually buy cameras and watch it on your phone and stuff. You know, in the other room. You know, so I'm not really that technically advanced to do stuff like that with the raspberries and stuff, but yeah. But yeah, no, you can do anything you want. You just got to have the will to do it, you know.
Well, they like electric wise. A lot of people say that they go for your electric like nothing on earth, but is that the case? Or
it doesn't take up that much. It's probably the same as what your TV is, something like that.
Nothing then, is it then? No.
So it's bugger all. So, but yeah, so yeah, but the amount of stuff you can print, and you don't need to print like props and that. You can do stuff like clips and stuff for your household. You know, like cable ties, you know, to keep your cords all neat. You know what I mean? There's a lot of practical things to print as well. You don't have to print stuff. A lot of people print. They print like the dragons and stuff. You probably wouldn't. I mean, I don't normally print that stuff because yeah, I just find it a waste. It's like stuff at the dollar shop you wouldn't normally buy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I did print this. I did print that for my niece's daughter.
Yeah.
It's a stencil of Bambi. She loves Bambi because she's been sick in hospital. So I printed that. I've just got to send it off to her. But yeah, if you like giving out gifts, 100%, you know, you make your own gifts, give them to people. They love them.
Yeah. I should get it fired up. I'm going to get it fired up this summer. Definitely, I am.
Oh, you should. It's so much potential. You just got to tap into it.
I see all these as well, making weapons and guns and swords and all sorts of stuff. And...
Oh, it's crazy. I used to play Call of Duty Zombies, hence Zombie Hunter, the name.
Yeah.
And
oh, Jesus, go on, play on me. I know it's Easter, but oh yeah, look at that.
This is from one of the. That's from one of the games, like one of the maps. But yeah, this was one of the first I made. But yeah, that's the only replica gun I've made. But
looking at that, I just got Hellboy's gun in mind then. Remember that? What was it called? Lucille, Hellboy's gun. Really big and on the side. You could do that, couldn't you, as well? Yeah.
Oh, anything you want.
What did you have printed, Baz?
You don't even have to ask that question.
You're not allowed to say a life-size Harley Quinn.
Well, I've seen people do life-size Master Chief, you know, from Halo.
Yeah.
I've seen them do like a 6.5 foot Master Chief. And the Arbiter from Halo as well. He's about 8 foot. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy what you can do. You just got to have the willpower to do it. So if you got the will to do it, then you can do anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah, G4 says it. Just about anything you can design, you can print.
But if you would have a pure life-size print of the original Wonder Woman, Wonder Carter. So
in every scene, Baz, all around the house, Linda Carter everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, anything you want, you can do. Like I said,
she'll be standing behind you when you're doing your live streams.
Yeah. Here's Linda. Yeah, just put her in. Yeah. Well, that's what I like about things like that, because you know when you look at old things in the past, what you'd really love to have, and like what you said there, Zombie, some things can be damn expensive. Do you know what I mean? So if you can get the chance of like getting a custom or replica one made for yourself, and it's perfect, isn't it? Really.
Well, you have a look at these. You can't get one of these.
No, yeah.
You cannot get one of those. You know what I mean? It's such. It was only in the movie for a brief time, but it's so iconic. You know what I mean? Everyone knows what it is. You know, so that's the beauty of it. You can make it yourself. You know, but you just got to have that.
I mean, that's on his shelf. You wouldn't, like you said, you can't find that, can you? You can't.
No, you can't. Same as the Tusken Raider. They don't make Tusken Raiders either.
Especially not original Tusken Raider like that, do they?
Yeah, they don't make these. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I don't know why. Even the Yodas. If I was to get a sideshow Yoda, it would cost me nearly $4,000 Australian.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't think it looks half as good as mine anyway. So
no, that is really impressive. Yours. Like I said, I always go off the faces of them, like I said, and that is really good.
So, I've just learned how to do the eyes, like paint the eyes and that. So, same as the Kenobi one with the cut helmet, but you can't get them. I don't know why these companies are not making these. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Because you never listen to the fans. That's the thing.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like they need to start listening to what people want, you know?
Yeah. I think Black Series are the worst for that, aren't they? For not giving fans really, because I was talking the other night with a few of the lads and who collects it. I mean, I only collect Return of the Jedi when it comes to Black Series and stuff. So, you know, there's a lot of them figures I missed out and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, you talked to the ads and they gave a list of like Black Series figures they've still not got. And like Weequay and Rancor Keeper, and a list Bespin Lear, and I was like, wow,
I know.
this is crazy. What, you know, like you keep getting the
I
same
know.
figures over and over again, yet they haven't made like all the figures that have been done yet.
No,
In 10
exactly.
years over.
And the figures that people want too. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah. Yeah, we're all talking about the lack of Jabba's goons in the 6-inch Black Series line. I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, you know, we're over 10 years and over they've been doing them. You'd have thought that by now everything's made. You know, you would, wouldn't you? But
I was going to say, because I think they've only done the Gomorian Guard, they've not done the other.
no, because I'm a fan of Weequay, so I was like to Andy Lee. I was like, where's Weequay? He said, they don't do one. I said, what? They don't do a 6-inch Weequay? No. So
it's the
Well,
same.
you would have got a 6-inch from an Rancor Keeper of the Rancor from an. But then I ended up going doing the Swanee.
yeah, that world.
It's like, instead of getting us like 20,000 fucking Vaders and 20,000,
I know.
and here's the characters that we want. Or we're
Here's another stormtrooper. You know. It's like, god damn. It's the same as the helmets too. They always bring out basically the same helmets. They haven't brought out a Bosch helmet or a Lando Skip helmet, or Tuscan helmet. Like there's so many more helmets they can bring out.
Yeah.
But they
and you'd
always
think really necessarily that you'd get them helmets like before you would say get a Trapper Wolf helmet. Do you know what I mean? You'd think that they'd be available a lot more. And have you ever done an Emperor's Royal Guard helmet?
No, they haven't. No. See, there's another one I'd like.
Yeah, that'd be a nice one to have.
But
I mean, every helmet's so iconic in it. You could have loads of just all of them, couldn't you?
Well, you can. I mean, a lot of them, and most of them too. They're only in the movies for what, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. You know what I mean? A lot of them. Not even that. But then you go, oh my god, I know what that helmet is. As soon as you see it, it's like a Jedi training helmet, or it's a Tusken Raider. You know exactly what it is, even though it's been in the movie for a brief amount of time. And that's what sticks in your head. But I don't know why Hasbro don't bring out more Black Series helmets, like different ones, instead of the Mandalorian line and another Stormtrooper helmet, or bring out, or another X-Wing helmet. Bring out something that they haven't brought out. You know what I mean?
You only ever see when it comes like what you're saying about like Mandalorian. When Mandalorian come out, they've done from in the Bo-Katan's helmet, but the other ones that wear helmets or certain. Well, why don't they just bring them out? Folk would buy them. That's the thing. I think they're starting to think is like, wait a minute, we're making these stuff and nobody's buying them. So there's no point in us bringing these back out, making this if nobody's going to fucking buy it.
Well, like I said, if they bring them back from the original trilogy, everyone will buy them. Because everyone's screaming for the original trilogy, but they keep bringing out bloody stuff from the last 10 years. You know what I mean? It's okay, but if you want to sell stuff, bring stuff out from the first three.
We put another Stormtrooper out, but this one is blue, or this one is red, or this one's green.
Exactly. Well, I pre-ordered the Boba Fett prototype helmet. Yeah, I'm picking that up next month. It comes in because
is that the old white one?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's basically the same as the original one, but it's all white. You know what I mean? And it's just a recoat. But I actually want it. You know what I mean? But a lot of the Boba Fett helmets, or the Boba Fett helmets are just repainted. You know what I mean? It's bring out something original, something new. You know what I mean? Something from the original trilogy. So
have they done an Endor Commander helmet?
No, I don't think they have. So
I mean, one of them to go alongside, like you said, the biker's cat helmet would be synergy, wouldn't it? You know?
crazy. It's the same as the ATST helmets or the AT-AT helmets. You know, bring those out. You know what I mean? I don't get me wrong. The Biker Scout helmets are awesome. You know what I mean? I mean, that's an amazing helmet. It really is for the price.
Yeah, Snow Trooper fucking helmet as well, man.
Yeah, I've got one of those as well over there. But
Or is it the Emperor's Guards helmet as well?
Yeah, I haven't got one of those because they don't make them, but they should, you know, because they would sell so many. And that's the thing. It's yeah. But
I was talking to you, Mike, and like he said that, you know, since the Mandalorian show's been on, there's been 28 different Mandalorian figures for Star Wars Hasbro. 28 of them. Like, but you can't, you know, finish off the Return of the Jedi line first before you do another 26 Mandalorian figures.
But the thing is, you'll probably get a handful of those that sell really well, and the rest will go, buddy, to discount stores, you know?
Yeah.
And that's
we say that last year alone, we could count, there were 5 different Vaders last year alone.
Yeah.
Just only in 1 year, 5 Vaders out. It's like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know? It is absolutely crazy.
Because if they not just reissued, you know, what's his name? Is it Axel Wolf or the other Mandalorian? Is it Axel Wolf?
I don't know, Baz. I don't know the Mandalorian. I know the Mandalorian well, but not by name terms, if you'll have me.
Well, no, I was going to say I have got him, but I thought he was up there, but he must be in that fucking boxer there. I know they've done that because I know a lot of folk were complaining about his. There was no weathering on his fucking armor or something.
One of the best things I ever did 3D printed was that guy who made the Akira bike, full Akira bike, all 3D printed, and I was like, oh, I'd love a bike like that. I'd love to do the Akira bike.
Well, you can. What printer have you got?
It's I can't remember what it's called. I'll show it you. I've not even, like I said, I've never even turned the bloody thing on once. It's, oh my god, I have to do it like that one. It's this one. It's, I don't even know what it's called. Can't remember what it's called either. Oh, that one. We can see it.
Yeah. Any cubic. That's a resin printer.
That's a resin printer.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm not looking at any of the stuff that you've printed.
No. You need filament printer to do the bigger stuff. See, yours is great for small figures.
Yeah.
And very fine detail, like Warhammer figures and stuff like that. It's amazing. Or if you want to do 6 to 8 inch figures, and paint them, fantastic. But there's a lot of, you've got to be very careful with those because there's very toxic fumes with the resin, and you can't touch the prints when you take them off. You need PPE for that, like gloves and a mask, and then you've got to put it in the curing station. And then the UV cures it. Is where my prints, I can touch them straight off the bed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But see these ones here, you know, this has got no curing at all. This comes off straight like this. So, but usually those printers, what you've got, the Anycubic, they're for smaller prints.
Yeah, originally it was, like I said, my mum's a tailor and she's a seamstress, and originally it was for little accessories for my mum's dolls, little shoes and stuff, making weapons from a 7-inch that weren't available, things like that. Originally, that's why we ended up with this one, you know. So
that's perfect for that. That's absolutely perfect for that.
But again, when I see stuff like what you do and how big you can actually make these things, and do you know what I mean? And I always start getting into it properly.
Yeah, I'll show you that. See, that's the size of mine.
Yeah.
It's 300 by 300 by 340 high. So it's a good size. See, I can print Yoda's head, but it's got to be on like an angle.
Yeah.
Because he's pretty wide from here to here. I mean, there's my phone, and you can see it's probably 2 phones nearly wide. And that's the iPhone 11, I think. So, and then you have a look at the height of this, and that was nowhere near the height it can go. So
yeah,
but
so really for a little corner like that in your room, you get quite a fair sized chunk for what you're printing, don't you? Really?
Well, it's like a puzzle. You print off parts and then you glue them together.
Yeah,
and then you sand them and prime them, whatever. But yeah, R2's dome alone was probably over 50 parts.
wow.
Just his dome. So
like triangles, and you put it like together like a pizza piece, and
yeah, you put
You know when the saying you talk of the devil and it will appear.
Pardon?
You know the saying, talk of the devil and it will appear.
Yeah.
But yeah. 1 second.
PGM, I'm getting a PGM statue ordered from Zombie. Just been talking about it. You'll have to send me a pose, PGM, so I can send it in. Clever though, isn't it, Baz?
No, I can't find. I did have a part.
I'd never stop. My house would be full of stuff.
I did have one part because, unfortunately, when I was printing out R2, I printed out a couple of spare parts because I printed out the same part twice, but I don't know where it was. But it's about that high and about that wide, and then you make the body as you go around. You see, and that's how you get it. I'll see.
How'd you get your chromes to chrome?
Me, Bob?
You know your chrome piece on your R2. How'd you get it like that from like a resin?
No, it's basically spray paint. It's all spray paint. So
spray paint over and over.
But I use like a palm sander to smooth the filament smooth first, because you do get like layer lines on it. I'll see if I've got some early pictures of that.
I know you can buy like multicolored filament as well.
With the new printers, you don't need as much sanding. So that's the thing. But with my one, there's a lot of sanding involved. But
just see who these...
once you start doing it, you get used to it. You know,
yeah.
Like I learnt so much just with making R2.
I kind of agree with Connor here. I mean, this was just kind of a random thing. I was been thinking about it all day, and it's like, do I do it, do I not? And I was like, what bugger it, let's get this done. And
yeah, it's amazing work. Yeah,
but
I never knew you did anything like this.
Yeah, it's like I said, up until 2019, I had no idea as well. You know what I mean? I've only been doing it since the end of 2019. But there's a better size. You'll see the B9 robot's nearly as tall as R2 in that picture.
Yeah,
and that's only half of him.
Right, I didn't get what it was at first. I thought it was that, you know, that bucket thing that they run with. It's like a. I thought it was that, you know, from Star Wars. I can't remember what it was called. Candlemeer will know, but no, it wasn't that I was thinking of. No, yeah, that is a size, isn't it?
Yeah, that's only half done.
And what's your ideal? What do you want to make, Zombie? What do you really think? I want to make that. I want that.
What do I want to make, or why do I want to make it?
What do you want? You want this, and you that's what you bought this for. You want to make one of these.
Well, I never when I first brought the printer, I wanted to just make little things. Hang on, I'll show you my snooze speaker. This is one of the first prints I did.
My point being I'd make that R2 and then straight away I'd be like, right, full-size speeder bike. That's it. 2 full-size speeder bikes for the back garden and sit on in the summer. That would be me.
Well, you would be, but you'd be happy with that, wouldn't you?
Few batarangs. That'd be us.
Couple of speeder bikes, couple of Fulham battle droids. You'd be a happy man.
Battle droid stood there, yeah. Snow speeder.
That's the first thing I printed.
Wow, that's a problem. Like the Black Series one.
I've actually got, you know, the 3 3/4 figures. They fit inside.
Yeah.
But
it's mental what you see folk actually doing with the 3D printers. Like, man, I've watched a lot of videos just to get ideas for like my customs and that. See the painting them, and you end up coming across like folk like yourselves on there, and it's like that's mental that you can
blows your mind, doesn't it?
3D printer.
Yeah, blows your mind.
Oh, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Like I said, this was probably the first big print I did on my printer. And this is probably about 2 days of printing all up. And then I put, you can see in the cockpit, I've just put plastic inside, cut out plastic, and put it in to make it more realistic.
Materials used, what's the cost of that then, Zombie?
A roll of filament, which is, you guys use kilos, don't you, over there in the UK?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A 1 kilo roll, which will be roughly on there, that'll cost me probably about $18 Australian. And
Scott for shoulder.
And this probably not even, maybe half a roll, if that, the whole thing. So.
And what was the Black Series going for? About $100?
If I was to pick up a Black Series one of these, I'd probably be looking at about 200 second hand now. Goes
to show, doesn't it?
It's crazy, absolutely crazy.
Because I honestly thought that was the Black Series one when you pulled it up.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, a lot of the time you can't tell. You know what I mean? And like I said, this isn't even sanded. This is when I first started printing, I thought you just printed in different colours. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you wanted. And I just spray painted this. But
that's what I mean. You could have your own X-Wing and prices like $18. You could customize them how you wanted, couldn't you? Do them all different colours. Have a few of them. What cost? God, you could make 5 of them with the same price.
I could actually imagine. I mean, the Batman figure that you're being after for like the last year, but you're just not willing to pay that money that it's worth. You could actually have had him bulbing if you had knew what you.
Well, in one of the Facebook groups I'm in, a guy's doing a life-size Batman. He's 3D printing the whole lot.
Fantastic. So, that's it. You don't. I always think that you don't really think of these guys that can actually do all this sort of stuff. Do you know? You think, oh, I'd love that. Then you look at these expensive makers online, and yeah, they're a bit costly. But like what you've just said, then Zombie, not a fraction of what it's going to cost if you got a Hasbro, and it's just doing the work in it, the research, and.
Well, it's all a matter of just being willing to do it, and then once you jump in it, it's like you learn so much. Like R2, I started him probably 6 months into 3D printing, and I learnt so much by doing him. You know what I mean? He's probably about 99% 3D printed. He has got like a wooden base for his center foot, because I didn't want to print that because I wanted it to be really strong. And then he's got all the electricals and he's got the motors in the feet. But the rest of him is 3D printed. Oh, except for his light kit in his dome. but the rest of him is 3D printed. So,
Yeah.
but just
Yeah, G4 says there's a lot of post work after printing filler, sand, prime, sand, reprime, sand, paint. So that's all the hard work.
It all depends. I use an orbital sander or a palm sander. Just the palm sander on R2's dome took me about an hour of sanding. As where if I was to try and do that by hand, it would probably take me 3 days.
Yeah.
And a sore hand.
Yeah.
So yeah, I use the power sander, and that's another step in itself. You know, you have to be very careful because if you keep the palm sander in one spot, it'll melt the plastic because of the heat. So you just go from one spot to another, and then when the other one cools down, you go back to it, and that's just practice, you know. And you get used to that. You know what I mean? The more you do it, the more you get used to it, and the more you know. Yep, move on to another spot, and as I said, it's just practice. Because I had absolutely no idea when I first got into 3D printing, and there wasn't as many of these YouTube channels around on 3D printing back then as well, and it was basically trial and error for me.
Yeah.
But now you've got so much information out there on 3D printing, it's crazy. It's just so much easier, and you've got so many more people doing it as well. You know,
but when you see things like that, I mean, straight away, I'm like, right, get the other printer that he's got. You know, it's well, like, you know, when you think you can make a full-size C3PO, the things that you've always wanted, like, you know, when you can, machines that's like another that thing will do it.
You know, that's another thing I've wanted, but yeah, it's just anything you can think of, you can make. You just got to be willing to put in the time to do it.
Battlestar Galactica, the Enterprise. Oh, the list goes on and on, doesn't it?
Well, one of the Patreons I'm in, that's where I get the B9 files from. He's got two US Enterprises. One's about 3 foot, and the other one's about 5 foot long. You can print. You know. So
you could write it up and everything, couldn't you? Really, hollow base.
Of course, you can have LEDs in there and everything. So it's just crazy. The only thing is, I'm only one person. You know what I mean? R2 was probably about a year's work. I'm guessing B9 will probably be roughly the same. The smaller things like Yoda and stuff, that's not too bad. That's about 3 weeks of work. It's mainly 2 weeks of printing and about a week of sanding, priming, painting, stuff like that. Because I actually put the hair on him as well. He's actually got hair on his head. I'm still waiting. I buy these fake beards.
Yeah.
And use them for cut them off and glue the hair on him to make it look more realistic. But
like little wily little hairs. Yeah,
that takes that usually takes me an afternoon. But I don't mind that stuff, you know. It's
well, you want it to look as realistic as possible, don't you? So
well, that's it. Well, I don't see the point of making something if it doesn't look really good. You know what I mean? And another thing about 3D printing is it's amazing, but if you can buy the thing cheaper and easier, I would just go buy it. Because a friend of mine at work asked me, can I print out a drone for him? I said, yeah, I can, but the problem is you can go buy a drone for about $100, a good drone, remote control drone, you know? So there's no point printing it out for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if I was into droning and flying drones all the time, making the little propellers and that, you know, saving a couple of bucks here and there, you know, because you go through a lot of them. It's perfect. You know what I mean? It's the same as the RC planes and stuff. If you're into the hobby, it's perfect, you know?
Yeah.
But you really got to pick what you want to print. as I said, a lot of those little knickknacks you can buy in the dollar store. I don't really do because it's basically useless stuff. I mean, some people like them, but me personally, I'd rather print stuff I can use. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, it does. It makes you want to buy one, doesn't it? Oh,
Well,
Judge Dredd helmets a lot.
well, the printers have come down a lot, especially the see, that's an Ender 3 Max. I just picked up one last week. I've got just set up. I paid $200 for it secondhand, but they're still worth about $450.
Yeah.
Brand new, and that's a great price. Then you've got the bamboo ones, which probably run about 900 to 1,000, maybe a bit more. But they print twice the speed and give you a lot better quality, so you don't have to sand them. But it all depends on what you want to do. You see.
Well, me, I just said then. Connor's just said Judge Dredd helmet would be awesome. I'll get Zombie to make you, me, and Jonathan Redmond one for Dublin Con in August. We'll all go with judges.
To the party, so sorry. We've already asked. How much does the materials with the helmet size 3D print?
A helmet. Well, that's a Black Series helmet. I've just painted the blast shield itself. It probably about 80 grams out of a 1 kilo roll. So it's bugger all for that. Same as this one. This one's all 3D printed. The Tuscan Raider. You see inside.
Yeah.
Probably. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I think it's about a half roll to a roll for the whole helmet. But it's not very expensive at all.
I know, because I asked that question about helmets kind of thing, and you said you'd probably be cheaper buying the actual Black Series helmet than try to do one yourself.
Well, a lot of the helmets I do that. See, if I was to try and do like a Scout Trooper helmet, right? A Scout Biker. There's a lot of sanding, prep, stuff like that. So I paid $270 for this brand new in the shop. Time I put the time in and stuff like that, it'll probably be roughly the same as what I can buy one of these. You see?
Yeah.
But if I couldn't get it, that's a different story. You see? That's the whole thing about 3D printing. If you can, if you can get something fairly cheap, then it's not worth printing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But if it's something like this where you can't get it, perfect. You know, that's what I do with me 3D, because I print stuff that you can't normally get.
You say you could actually print off Megatron's blaster.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
you can print
I love
anything
that.
you want.
You do have the helmet. All you need is his wrist
Yeah,
cannon.
G-Force got me the helmet.
Yeah.
I've got this Megatron helmet, yeah.
Yeah, you can print all that stuff. And the good thing about 3D printing is all this stuff I didn't 3D model myself. I just brought the files. A lot of the time you don't even need to buy the files.
There's a guy I follow on TikTok, Zombie, and he's done a full 3D printed, like we were talking earlier on about armor.
Yep.
But he's done the Soundwave, but he's also done the cassettes that he could actually open up the front and he could actually put in a life-size cassette, and the cassettes actually transform. He's got, you can take Laserbeak out, and he's got a bit on his shoulder that he could actually put Laserbeak in. I can't remember what his bat thing was called again, but then he's also done Rumble and Frenzy as well. It's like, whoa.
See, I'm great with 3D printing and stuff, but when it comes to electronics and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, he just transforms by hand, but
yeah,
it's just cool that somebody could actually like think out of the box. It's like, wait a minute, I've done my cosplay, but I need to have accessories. So it was the thing that as you know, with Soundwave, it just pops down and you can just put the cassettes in and it takes them out.
Yeah. But
you can see cosplayers, can't you, now at cons and stuff? They've gone 3D printing mad, aren't they? Giant swords and outfits and better helmets
and Iron Man suits. You see a lot of Iron Man suits now.
Yeah.
They look crazy. That's another thing I wouldn't mind doing, a life-size Iron Man suit. It's just a matter of the time. You know, there's so much I want to do, but yeah, where do you get the time to do it all?
That's it. Your head must be spinning. What to do next?
It's crazy. Once you get a printer, it's like, what do you print next? You know what I mean? It's like, I still got to do this. Well, you know, Mario. Yeah. I'm doing a bigger size one.
It's lovely, that. Really
he's
nice.
like 2.5 times the size. So, but he's got to be sanded, because you can see, you can probably see all the ley lines in there.
Yeah.
But with something this size, it's a lot easier to sand than the smaller ones. A lot of the smaller ones you have to do with like just a metal file. But
yeah, I like that, Mario. That's cool.
But yeah, it's just crazy.
I know it.
But yeah, like I said, once you get into it, it's so addictive. It really is.
I know what Shabby'd make. He'd make a full-size Castle Grayskull for his back garden. So he could go and sit in it, wouldn't he? So
I did see a guy.
Oh, you may actually make it. What's that? A tiger? What was the cat thing that always gets
Battle cat?
Yeah, Cringer Battle Cat. Yeah.
Yeah. Cringer
no, the female one. The pink
one.
one.
Yeah, it's the Claudine. That's it. He'll have a full-size Claudine baz in his back garden.
But I did see on YouTube a guy made a Castle Grayskull for his kid's birthday, and then they put it in their bedroom.
Yeah,
he made it out of foam. He made it out of foam, so that looked
yeah.
good.
My twin brother sent me that clip. That was great. That wasn't it? He did such a good job on it as well, didn't he?
Oh, it's crazy.
I've actually seen somebody doing a customized Castle Grayskull for the actual Revelation figures.
Yeah.
And it's fucking, man, it was huge.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like I said, it's just got to have the will to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have the will to do it and the desire. I mean, it's crazy. You can do anything.
Yeah, Mark, instead of full-size Claudine sounds awesome. This is your man, Mark. Jesus, it'll be in his front room. It wouldn't it? Be silently watching the telly.
Well, they Elegoo, which is another 3D printing company, they just released, I think it's a Gigatron machine, which is a massive 3D printer. It's like 800 millimeters by 800 millimeters by roughly the same height, and it stands like that high off the ground or something. It's massive, but they're about $3 or $4 grand. But yeah, that's crazy. It's amazing how far 3D printing has come in the last 6 years.
Well, it's like what you've just said then and what I've just seen. I mean, even off your little printer there, if you do things in parts, you can break some quite big.
Oh, of course. Well, R2 is probably 4 feet high. B9, he will stand over 6 foot when he's done. Probably about 6'3", 6'4" height. But yeah, as I said, you just print them in parts and just glue them together. So you can go as high as you want if you've got enough machines. You know.
Oh, 3D Batcave. Oh.
The only thing you have to be careful of is you're probably not too bad out in there over in UK, but you got to be careful of heat, the sunlight and that.
Oh, that's fine here. We don't have any sunlight. 3 days a year.
Sunlight.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just got to be careful. I mean, I've had R2 out in the back the back deck when he's drying from paint, and he's been fine. That's in the Australian summer, so it's been like 35 plus. But if you keep him out there for days and days and days under the weather, then it would
provide a life size vintage or two.
Well, I have got. I don't know. Do you guys know Starkiller 77? Michael off Collection Wars.
No.
Anyway,
my twin brother probably will. He'll probably know who it is.
yeah.
I've no idea.
Michael and Gabe. They usually do their stream on a Saturday night. He's got a vintage R2 Kenner life size, and you can buy it. You can get a Jawa life size as well, Kenner. I've seen them. Chewy, I think I've seen a life size Chewy as well, vintage Kenner. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But you can do, like I said, there's nothing you can't do.
Can I be a real pain in the arse? And now that there's a few others just popped in the chat.
Yeah.
We saw my R2 zombie and a few of your stuff.
What's that?
I said, were you showing my R2D2 and a few more of your stuff? Because there's quite a few just pops in.
I have to say.
Wait to see this, Jono. It's amazing.
And the dome spins and everything.
And that's it. I mean, God, again, put a light kit in that. The whole thing's alive, isn't it? It's like, it's amazing.
He, the dome itself was, oh, get out of there. The dome itself was over 50 parts printed. And there's
Master Yoda.
There's Yoda as well. You can see his hair on the back. See his hair?
Yeah.
I've still got to put more on it. Hang on. Which way is it? There we go. But that's him.
Yeah, it is Dave. Just vintage story. Dave was just saying, is that 3D printed? Amazing,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you this one again. I tell you, the first time I cut into this helmet, geez, I was nervous. I'll tell you. So, because that's
what did you use to get into that? Was it hot solder or?
No, just a Dremel, just with a cutting tool on top, and yeah, just cut into it. But when I first cut into it, geez, I was nervous. I'll tell you.
There's some fabulous stuff there. Yeah, brilliant.
It's just the same with customizing as well. See, when you get a figure and you start to cut bits off it, you're like, for the first time, you're like, should I do this or should I not? You're like,
yeah, I was like that. Honestly, I was like that because you don't want to cut into a perfectly good. Although the helmet I only paid like $120 for. It's not a big deal, but if I was cutting into a like $1,000 helmet, then I'd be like, holy crap, you know. But
yeah.
But a Black Series, I mean, they're pretty common, they're pretty cheap, so it's not as bad. But it was still a bit nervous cutting into.
Well, that's good to know, though. The one I've got is for things that I need at the moment. It's good enough. It'll do the job.
Oh, it's perfect as long as you have it. You use gloves and a mask or a respirator.
Yeah.
And you keep it in another room, and if you can keep it ventilated as well, it'd be good. Then it's fine. But yeah, so. But if you want to do bigger things, definitely a filament printer. For sure.
As I am not making yet any naked Harley Quinns in uncompromising positions. There's no way. Sorry.
Yes, you will. Yeah, yes, you will.
I was going to say, he's thinking about it, though.
Besides making special toys with this 3D printer, I am. The old special toys kid.
So I just from thinking about this Linda Carter Wonder Woman. Is like, what can I do with that?
But your mind runs away, doesn't it, though? When you see things that zombies just pulled out there and you're like, this is what I mean. And then you think to yourself, I'll get one of them and it's all done in parts, so I could build one of these, one of them. And before you know it, your house would be like a Star Wars museum, wouldn't it? It'd be like,
yeah, you can make anything you want. You can, like I said, if you're good at modeling and stuff like that, because it's like a puzzle. It's like a 3D puzzle, basically. And you just glue the parts together. And that's how you do it.
So somebody's asking, but you say filming's better, the resin's for like the smaller parts, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, both have their pros and cons. Like this fella here, I had to print him in 2 halves, like the back half up and the back half down. I tried printing him in one, but when I tried to get the supports off the bottom, when I printed him up like that, they broke his leg off, you see. So I had to print him in 2 halves. But a resin printer, I wouldn't have that problem because it's a lot like I don't know. Yeah, you get printers that do that, but with the resin printer, the supports come off a lot easier, and you get more finer detail on it. You see, but with the resin, you can't really do like an R2 or a Yoda. You know what I mean? It's life size. It's just not worth it.
What's the best way to learn how to 3D?
Well, when I first started, I did about 3 months of research on YouTube on what printer to buy. Then I went out and bought my first printer. And that's how I got into it. I did about 3 months of research.
Chabby's asking, what would Zombie like to make that he hasn't yet?
Oh, I've got so much I want to make. I want to do a battle droid. I want to do a probe droid. Not a probe droid, a pit droid. I would like to do a probe droid at some stage, but I just don't have the room. Maybe a quarter scale one, maybe. I would like to make another droid, but an Imperial droid as well. There's some helmets I want to make. But first I've got to stop making Yodas. I've been making Yodas since roughly September, October last year. That's basically all I've been.
I just know when you show somebody something like that, it's like, oh, can I get one? And then next thing you know, it gets popular, and then everybody wants one.
Exactly. And there's about 3 weeks of work in one, so it's not like I can knock it overnight. You know what I mean? Knock it out overnight. So
it's not too bad that it's only 3 weeks, man. It'd be different if it was like a 6 month thing, and then folk would just see that one thing, and it's like, oh, this is what this guy done for me. It's like, oh, do you think you could do me one? And then before you know, you're like, oh, what am I doing here, kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, R2 alone was around about 7 months of printing, 6 to 7 months of printing alone. So, and that's constant printing as well. He was.
If you were to do another R2, you'd probably need another 2 or 3 printers just to get parts rolling.
Well, one guy I know, he has 6 printers, and he knocked over an R2 in about 3 weeks. So, the more printers you've got, of course, the faster you can knock them out.
Seeing Jono's comment here, yeah, make us a Judge Dredd badge, Jono. We'll have our own special judge badges.
Special choice, Judge.
Oh, it's crazy. And a lot of the time, you don't even have to 3D print the model, do the models. A lot of the files are already done. Because I've been doing printing now for nearly 5 years, and I haven't really designed or printed any models myself. I would like to get into it at some stage, but it's just a matter of the time. I'm too busy making stuff or modifying stuff or doing other things to worry about getting into that, you see.
I can see by the end of the year, Si making an action figure, and the accessory will come with a TV with base station.
Yeah, could do a Babe Station figure, Babe Station TV. That'd be great.
Oh.
Oh, wait,
Mark said make me an R2, but I can't make one on mine, Mark. You have to see Zombie Hunter. Get your money out.
Well, if you've got a bigger printer, like a filament printer, you can make one.
The thing is, I've always said the same thing. If I do this one and I really like doing it and enjoy the process and enjoy what comes out and making, I will probably go on to like something yourself has. Do you know what I mean? But like you said, within 5 years, you've learned a lot of this stuff, and I just have to walk before I could run, me.
Yeah. Well, that's it. It's the thing is with resin printing, it's totally it's kind of like night and day between resin and filament.
Yeah.
They both have, as I said before, they both have their pros and cons. Resin, a very small detail, is fantastic, but for bigger things, it's not. Same with filament. It's great for big things, not so good for little things.
Why is that? Is there no strength in the material, or?
No, just for the detail. Because resin is a liquid, it's a lot easier to get the smaller fine details, and also with less layer lines as well. Let's see. Don't know if you could see.
Yeah.
You can see little lines on it.
Yeah.
You see something small like this, and you can see the legs. They're okay, but they're not like really fantastic. As where if I did that on a resin printer, it will look amazing. You see, so something like that would be amazing, but something big on a resin printer is not worth it, because it all comes down to the size of the bed on what you can make. On my first printer, I couldn't print this. This was too big, as in from end to end. But on this one, this is a mid-size printer, so I can do that no problem. But I've got to put it on diagonally from corner to corner, and it prints no problem. So it really decides. But with the resin printers, they've got very small beds, you see, and that's why.
He's a lucky boy, that Mr. B. He's a lucky boy.
He is. He's going to be very happy when he gets him, I'll tell you. The last guy I sent him out to, he said it was like he got him from the shop. So he is very happy. Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought when you showed it then. I thought it was one of them, like you said, them sideshow collectibles, life size. So, for that to come out of your own front room, that's amazing. There is a lot of amazing people in this community when you look, isn't there? It's like people just blow me away every day what they can do and what they can create. It's amazing to me.
Well, as I said, and also too, you get more enjoyment out of it having it in your collection, knowing you made it. You know what I mean? And that's a really big buzz as well. And I get a big buzz when I send stuff out. I get the feedback, and I love it, because they absolutely love the pieces I send out,
Yeah. Oh,
that's
yeah,
that's
yeah.
where I've done my Harley Quinn Stormtrooper custom.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can have that full size, couldn't you, Baz? That's the thing, you get the files on it.
Yeah, but I don't want to see you in that costume, though, Baz, all right?
No, that's pushing it.
No, just have it standing in the corner.
Yeah. You wouldn't get nothing done, though, if you had it standing in the corner. You'd be looking at it all the time.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, take it to work with him. Stand it into the corner.
Oh.
Yeah, it would stop the little monkeys from coming in the room as well. You see that, like, oh, I'm not going to know.
Yeah, brilliant. It's great stuff, man.
Certain things when they disappear off the shelf and then get a phone call 2 hours later, it's like, you missing something? It's like, what am I missing? You missing it? It's like, little backer. Wait till I see him.
Yeah, you don't notice until they say something.
Well, my nephew is obsessed with him and Chewbacca, and he's obsessed with Darth Vader. And I did have a loose version of Chewbacca on the shelf, and every so often it would disappear, but I wouldn't pay attention I didn't
Yeah.
notice it until I
Yeah.
got a phone call from my sister's like, if you get a many toys today, and it's like, no. Goes, well, he's got something in his bag. I'll send you a picture, and it's like, little shit. And it just kept disappearing. So I ended up just putting them back in the box. And about 6 months ago, I managed to find a loose Black Series Chewbacca for him. So now he's happy. He's a happy chappy.
Mm.
But that Chewbacca kept like going back and forward. For his
When I
bit
make up with the next Baz, I'm going to say, when you go in your Uncle Barry's room, just open whatever you want. He won't be bothered. Just
Well,
open anything. He won't be bothered, Baz.
It's funny because it's like you have all these stuff in the corner. You haven't opened them yet. When are we going to open them? And it's like when I get time and when I do that. Because he's like, but why are you buying them? You're not playing with them. I said, hey, you came, we don't play with them. I says, when you're sleeping and you're not here, I said, Uncle Barry could be doing that.
Real brilliant. It's like our kid. He's supposed to be making his videos from Christmas. He said to me, after Christmas, that's it. I'm going to start the videos off, get my multi back up and running. And then last night he showed his table. It's like the old beaties. It's just full of tons.
I kind of beat him because I have opened, basically opened all my ones up in the night.
I know. I come on after you've done it. If you notice, I don't think my OCD could handle it, Baz.
But I fucking love this guy now, man.
I wonder why they shot down so much in price, though. Why did they like go to $6-7 after like?
Because no one's buying them. Because they're.
Do you think it's because of the backlash that show had the first season with that?
I think it's a little bit of that. Yeah, I think a little bit of that. But also too, they look different to the original. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have a look at like the retro one or the normal one. It looks very similar to the vintage stuff, you know, as where the new stuff, even if you look on the back, you have a look at Skeletor and all them, they look very similar to the vintage. You know, the only difference is they've got you can bend their arms and their legs a little bit more, you know, and the head sculpt's a little bit different.
Was it because you had Revelations, then you had the CGI He-Man, and then you had the Origins, all kind of roughly come out in the same within a year of each other. I think Origins come out first, and then it was Revelations, and then it was like the CGI one, right? There was just too much He-Man coming out at the one time, and folk weren't didn't they care what to buy? Did we buy Revelations? Did I buy the Origins, or did we buy the?
I think it's a bit more, as he said, with the backlash from the cartoon. I mean, when you kill off He-Man, like in the first couple of episodes, it's like he's the star of the show. You know what I mean? It's his show. You know what I mean? And that's when a lot of fans go, "What the hell is this? I'm not watching this rubbish." You know. Yeah. And I think
it affected it, didn't it? Yeah, it must have done. Because the premium figures, then, when you look at them, they are really well made, nice, sturdy figure. Do you know what I mean? So picking them up for like £5-6, I was like, this is crazy. Do you know what I mean? You get them for that price.
I think the same is
picking up the Filmation ones. They're quite pricey. They're like £28 here. They're $27.99. Because I said to Mark, how much are these? And he says, about $15-16. So I thought, great. Be about 20, but they're 28 quid, aren't they? So I'm like, a bit pricey then. But I do like the Filmation ones. I do like them a lot.
Well, if you think about it, roughly last year at this time, Si, that's when games started to get in the He-Man stuff.
Yeah.
And then we're going from by the time like Easter come, they were doing it a £5.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to Smith's and Multi. Remember when you go in Smith's, Baz, and there'd be a wall full of it, and like now there's hardly anything. So I don't know what happened there. There used to be everything He-Man used to be in Smith's, and then all of a sudden nothing.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time too, it's happening with Star Wars as well. Is they're bringing out these figures from shows that are not doing so well, so they end up selling it at such a high price, no one buys them, and they just go to the bargain centers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they just get heavily discounted. You know, especially with I know like the Force Awakens and Jedi and stuff like that. All those figures you can pick up for next to nothing. You know what I mean? And these companies or these businesses, they have like 20 or 30 or maybe 10 boxes of these things of the same figure, and they just can't get rid of them. You know what I mean? Because
and there seems to be more and more of that, doesn't it, with these dreadful films like Eternals and the Marvels and all this trash they're giving us. There seems to be more figures at like $5 because no one's, like you said, no one's picking them up. I see these like in America where they go to Ollie's and to Ross, I think it is, and they're picking up Marvel Legends for as little as $4, and I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
well, I suppose like they keep giving us all this trash. No one's going to pick them up, are they? They're not.
No, exactly. It's if they're not going to put out a good movie or a good TV series on it, no one's going to pick up these series, the figures for them. You know what I mean? And that's a big part of their sales.
Yeah, between that and from the price of some figures nowadays, it's like,
it's ridiculous as well.
Some folk are not willing to pay the price for them, and they'd rather wait until they go down in price before they buy them. Or, as we said previously, they keep giving us the same characters, just a different paint job.
Exactly. Well, I know some Black Series figures, just the normal 6-inch, can go up to about $55 or $60 Australian here.
Wow.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it? So
they're expensive now, aren't they? Oh, cardboard and plastic, the same price as diamonds and gold, eh? Oh, God, what happened to the world?
Probably more expensive now, but...
yeah, probably. Yeah.
But when you got prices like that and movies that don't really perform, and then, as Baz said, you've got 5 different versions of the same thing, you know, you're not going to buy every one, or even some figures, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That's why they go into these.
As it says, like last year, was it 5? They've done 5 Vaders within so long.
Yeah. 5 Vaders in a year. I know they were different in a sense, but
they've done that with the Lightning Collection as well. They brought out In Space Blue with I think it was Psycho Ranger 2-pack, and then like 2 or 3 weeks later, they reissued them with Cycle. When it's like, me and Chris was talking about it, it's like, if they're going to do that, I mean, they could have done the Cycles as an add-on pack, do the 5 Cycles kind of thing, do what Fortnite does. They do the weapon packs. And I says, man, they could do that with G.I. Joe, buy the weapon packs for the Joe figures with different guns, rocket launchers, backpack.
That would be perfect for them.
It would sell, things like that would sell because folk would buy them. Instead of, you know yourself, sometimes when you get figures, you've only got like one accessory.
Yeah.
If you could get an accessory pack, they'd be like, oh, I could actually give him the gun that he's meant to have, kind of thing.
I think we've learned. My brother said to me, and he's dead right, that over these years we've learned play the waiting game on some things. I mean, I just picked 2 things up this week, Baz, that you told me about on game. And if I was to get them originally, it would have cost me £120-something. That's how I worked it out. 57 and 58 something for the other. Yeah, I just picked up that Hawkeye for PGM. That was 22, and I picked up the Super Skrull set at 25. So I'm like, do you know what I mean? Instead of it's costing me over 100 quid, it was less than 50 quid.
I mean, you talking about that set a couple of months back. It's like you wanted it, but you weren't willing to pay that price for.
But I was thinking 57 quid really for figures that they might go down, they might not. I'm glad I played the waiting game on them. I really am.
Because it'd be one of those things
that 25 quid. It's it's less than half. I love it.
Well, you got a 3D. You can make them yourself.
Never thought I should get it running, shouldn't I?
You're still with game. Sorry, is that you go in one week, you'll buy something. It's like, oh, they've got that down in price, so you buy it, and then you go in a week later, and the same amount you bought is went fucking down again.
Yeah.
It's one of those thingies. Is like, do I wait to see if it goes down any further, or do I buy it?
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you could be lucky. You can nick in like your TK Maxes and places like that. I got the Wakanda Forever figures, and they were like £5 in TK Maxx. And then when I went to see you, Baz, I got all the Wakanda Forever, the other ones, the Namor and all that. They were like £5-6, weren't they? We didn't spend hardly anything in HMV, did we? So I managed to get like all that whole set of that run for like less than £6 a figure.
Yeah.
This is the HMV have got the, funny you were talking about the Eternals, but they've got the Eternal figures in there for like £3. And they're still
it was the Angelina Jolie one I bought because it looked just like her. So I thought, I'm having that one. I don't care about the others. That's what I want, you know. So,
but yeah, honestly, if they were giving them out for free, I probably still wouldn't take them. You know,
I never saw the film. It just there was something about it that just put me off it. So I never watched it. I never like got round to seeing it all. And
it's
then,
a bit. Yeah, the problem with the film, I haven't seen it, but I've heard what the story is and that, and it doesn't really tie into Endgame and stuff like that, and it's kind of like around. It's a bit like the Loki series with the time travel and the different. You know, it's just. I mean, too much is. I mean, when's too much enough? You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's just. It's the same as Star Wars now. You see in this Ahsoka series where she got stabbed with the lightsaber in the first episode, and it's like next week she's just walking it off. You know, it's like what lightsabers are not even dangerous
so
now.
Stupid, wasn't it?
Oh, it's
she
just
was built thinner than that lightsaber.
I know, and it's like, oh, she missed a vital organs or something, so it's fine. I mean.
Lucky.
You know, Qui-Gon Jinn bloody nearly melted a bloody blast door with that.
Exactly, you melted the whole metal iron door with it.
and then she's just, it's just, when you start breaking the laws in the universe, then that's when people go, hang on, what the hell?
Oh, let's be fair, Disney have not give this shit, have they? They've not give this shit from day one. Not give this shit.
No, and that's the problem, and at least with George, he had one clear vision, one clear path. But when you've got a different director for each movie, it's going different ways. And, you know, and when Princess Leia was doing the thing out the spaceship, I thought, oh, my God. You know, when she did the force and went back into the space, I mean, I thought, oh, my
I was just
God.
laughing. I was reading Gap's comment then. I took 2 lightsaber blows to the stomach. No, I thought that when Finn gets one right up his back by Kylo Ren, and then in the next film, they're just sewing his jacket up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is brilliant.
You know,
that's one thing I don't like. The mystique of the Force is gone. The lightsaber being like this ultimate weapon is just gone. It's just gone all ridiculous, hasn't it? It's just
it has, and it's taken a lot of the old Star Wars away, because that was what it was. It was mainly the Force and lightsabers. If you got hit with a lightsaber or stabbed with a lightsaber, that was it. You're gone.
Yeah.
You know, it was a deadly weapon back then, but now it's kind of like, don't worry about it. Just walk it off.
Mad, innit? It's funny, innit? But we all saw Luke do that with that lightsaber. We didn't know he was going to do that with the older bloody Star Wars. Do you know what I mean?
You know.
What do you do?
Yeah. So, and also, too, they're bringing back people when they're being dead, and it's like, well, you can't do that. You know what I mean?
I didn't like Weequave's a barman. I was like, what's he doing as a barman? He wouldn't be a barman. You know what I mean? He was just shoving Luke Skywalker off of this mad stuff. Next thing is a barman. I'll give you a drink.
Oh. And then they brought back bloody Palpatine because they got rid of Snoke. Oh.
It was so dumb as well, wasn't it? Why would you bring him back in the 3rd film for 20 minutes to kill him off again? And we were saying this the other night. Why would you call it New Order when you've had like 80,000 Star Destroyers hidden under the ice? It's just, you've done all this in 30 years. This is amazing. It was like, this is just stupid.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem they've got. They've just gone so many different paths, and none of it makes sense.
No.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I do think Star Wars will get its act together, but I don't think it'll be by Disney. I think unless this is sold off and becomes its own independent Lucasfilm again, or Weta take it on, or someone like that, Even Elon Musk is having a lot of talks about buying it from them. I don't think it's going to recover under Disney. I just generally don't. This has been over 10 years of this sort of Star Wars, so nothing's new now. And then when you look at that new Acolyte trailer and you look at what's coming, you're like, they've not really improved much. Do you know what I mean?
I didn't mind the Acolyte trailer. There was bits in it I thought, oh my God. And then there was other bits I thought were pretty good. You know what I mean?
My twin brother hit it on the head. He said there was nothing in that trailer that made you go, oh my God, look at that. And he was right. Because when you think of every Star Wars trailer you see, there's always something in it that gives you that, can't wait to watch this. Well, that Acolyte trailer didn't have none of it, did it, really? Like, nothing's making you go...
I liked the last bit with the Jedis and stuff. But that was about it. You know what I mean? And there was little bits in it, but it wasn't... Like, it was all right, but it wasn't like a normal Star Wars trailer. You know what I mean? And it all depends on who's directing, and because I think the only thing that's come out was The Mandalorian, which was pretty good. You know what I mean? Other than that, it's all been, you know. There was bits of Ahsoka that was okay, but again, you know. I think they're going to have a bit of a stagnant few years before something good comes out. So
I just think it's either take it in a completely new direction, completely new, start again with something completely different, because it is a vast universe at the end of the day. And as Star Wars fans, again, we'll all watch anything with the Star Wars banner, to be fair, because we don't really want to say, oh, this is rubbish and we don't want this anymore. And, you know, it's been with us from day one. It has. Everything Star Wars we love. So it is disappointing to go into new stuff with a face on you, because you know what's coming. Like, oh, God, here we go again. And then you go, this next one's directed by an activist. This next one's directed by Harvey Weinstein.
I was just about to say that. I mean,
give up.
I think that's a big problem in Hollywood as well. The word diversity, you know what I mean? I don't care who they hire to do the movies, but at least make sure they're qualified to do the movies and they know what they're doing, you know what I mean? Don't just hire someone because of their gender or their race or their religion or something, you know, or they look different. I mean,
Best
I don't
man
care
for the
who
job.
they do.
That's what it is, isn't it? Best man for the job. Doesn't matter what.
Exactly. I don't care who they can have a female directing the next movie. I don't care. If she brings out an amazing film, good luck to them. That's what I want. I want them to do that, but don't just put someone in there, because you have a look at a lot of the TV series and the shows and the movies and stuff. A lot of them haven't even directed before. You know what I mean? So they've got no idea. They've got no idea. And then they still keep going with them. You know, like I heard the writers and director of Morpheus, they did Madam Web. You know what I mean? And it's just bomb after bomb. I mean, how many? and they haven't done anything prior to that. So how are they getting these gigs? You know?
I just think the biggest franchise on the planet, and yet you can just drive it into the ground like you've done. It's beyond me. I mean, for me, as an old school Star Warsist, I always say the same thing. Your right idea for bringing on the first 3 new Star Wars films was killing off every main character in every film. Because once Han went in that first one, I knew in my head, one of them's going in the second one of them's going in the third. And I was like, my twin brother said it, why not recast them characters and carry it on from Return of the Jedi upwards? You know, just because we're so synonymous with them actors that played that part does not mean that if somebody said to us, right, we're starting from Return of the Jedi, we're going to use new actors for these roles, but you're going to get another 10 Star Wars movies, we'd all be on board with that. I don't really think any of us would be like, well, that's not Luke Skywalker, because we didn't about the kid who played Han Solo. In the long run, he proved really good when he was a good Han Solo, that kid. So, you know, sometimes you think if you missed an opportunity there, and I don't know, just don't know what the thinking was.
I think the problem is it's all about the money now. It's just a matter of pushing out stuff until something.
It's like talking about that Madam Web, man. I watched that the other night there, and I was like, I just went to see what it was all about. But that was not the Madam Web that we kind of read in comics as we were growing up and watching the Spider-Man cartoon series back in the day. It was nothing to do with that kind of thing. It was a weird. It was kind of like the Mobius kind of thing. It was just a weird.
I know she was like in the comic book. She was like this old woman who sat in a web with a blindfold on. One, she was like she could read your mind and stuff, and she wasn't some sexy bint like it is in this one.
That's the problem, though. A lot of the people that are doing these movies don't have, or never did, read the comics or do anything. Of being really big fans.
Of me is technically they brought in like an evil version of Spider-Man.
Yeah,
there's not, and I know there's probably in the multiverse there probably is an evil thingy, but I didn't see the point of that. The good thing about it, at least they introduced us to like Sulk and all the other female spider kind of things. That was probably the good bit, but it's not. It wasn't the Madam Web that, as you say, is that she was always on that throne because that was their life support.
Yeah,
leave that kind of thing, and it was and her backstory, how she become that. I was like, what the fuck? It's like
I've heard these girls are like they're not the spider characters in it. Like there's about a second scene or something where they've got the outfits on, and that's it.
That's it. They never even had their costumes on long.
I think if they did a whole movie on the evil Spider-Man, that would have been a lot better than bloody Madam Web, because they did was it Bright Star, the evil Superman, the kid, remember?
Brightburn, that was good.
Brightburn, that's it.
That was a great film.
I mean, that's a good. So if they did something like that with Spider-Man, that would have been awesome. But it's just,
I don't understand Sony pay all this money for Spider-Man and all what comes with it. Then give Spider-Man to Marvel and then make a load of crap Spider-Man movies. What's going on? I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, why would you do that?
I don't know. Well, hopefully Sony learn and they don't do it again. You know, and that's like Batman versus Superman. That was such a waste of a friggin' movie. That movie.
That should have been the biggest film in the world, that.
Oh, man.
If you'd said to me as a kid at school that Batman versus Superman was going to come out when I was in my 40s, I'd have been, first of all, not a chance is that coming out. But then to say I preferred films such as Thor 3 and all these sort of films better than I did Batman versus Superman. And I was like, I don't know. It was just weird, that film, wasn't it? All falling out because then they don't fall out because his mum's called Martha.
Yeah. But the thing is, they had Doomsday in that, and they had him in for the last half an hour of the movie. They could have done a whole movie on him alone. You know what I mean? They should have done
that Doomsday either. He looked like, remember the troll in First Lord of the Rings? They come smack. He reminded me of that. It didn't look like Doomsday to me.
But I would have been happier if there was Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, and they couldn't defeat Doomsday at the end. So Batman went off and got the other characters from the Justice League to get them to help them all to fight Doomsday in the next movie. That would have been so much better. It would have been so much better.
I will say, I wish that director's cut would have come out before the Justice League movie did. If they'd have done that director's cut first, if that would have been the first that came out, I think would have been in a different position with DC.
Yeah.
I don't think all the reboot would have gone ahead, and because 94% of that movie was changed. And when you saw that director's cut, you were like, "This should have been the one," you know.
Yeah.
Well, again, I'm old school Justice League. I like, why have Cyborg as a Teen Titan? Where's Green Lantern? I'd have rather had a Green Lantern than Cyborg, you know.
Yeah. But they're doing it for the times, though. That's the problem. They're not doing good storytelling. They're doing it trying to get bums on seats, and that's the problem they're doing. You know,
everything just seems to be wishy-washy, doesn't it, Zombie? Like, here today, gone tomorrow. You don't appreciate a good film anymore, or something that you can savor in a good 20 years. I mean, look at all these films. Well, which one are we going to be watching in 20 years' time? Do you know what I mean? It's like, not many of them.
You have a look at from the 70s, the 80s, and even some of the 90s and that. You used to go to a movie and used to be entertained for 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know? You used to be
it.
entertained. And Hollywood has forgotten they're there to entertain the public. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not there to send a message or give us something else. We just want to be entertained with a good story. And I think that's what they're
going about him, but I don't want to speak for him. But as my twin brother says, you hear this through all the week, the news, everything. You don't want to go and watch a science fiction, which basically what Star Wars is, and then be reminded of it all again for 2 hours.
Exactly. You want to go there and forget about things and be entertained. That's all you want to do is be entertained for 2 hours. You know? But I mean, that's why you have a look at Jaws and you have a look at Back to the Future and you see Jurassic Park and you see all these movies and they've lasted 30 years or longer because they're so well written. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like 20 years' time, who's going to remember bloody The Last Jedi? You know?
Apart from the disaster it was. The disaster.
You know? Or Ghostbusters 2016, you know?
Oh, that was another one.
Oh, man. It's just as where, you know, you can mention Jaws or you can mention Empire Strikes Back. You know what I mean? It's absolutely beautiful movies, you know, and they've just lasted.
That's it. You put the Empire Strikes Back to the Star Wars of today, and it's hard to fathom that this is the same franchise, isn't it? It's like it's a million miles apart, isn't it?
Exactly. And as I said to you, get people in that actually, I mean, it sums it up. I seen an interview with Mark Hamill, and he was talking about when he came into The Force Awakens, and he was reading the script and about where the lightsaber starts moving, twitching in the snow, and it comes out, and he thought he was going to grab it. You know what I mean? What a great entrance that would have been for him. Imagine if he did grab it then. You know what I mean? Imagine the audience. They would have been up. Oh, man, they would have been roaring like no tomorrow. But then it went to Ray. It was like, you know.
I think we all thought that, didn't we, in that scene? I think we all thought Luke's here. It's Luke Skywalker. Yeah. I think every one of us thought it's Luke Skywalker, and then it's like, no, it's not.
No, exactly. And that would have been perfect for him to come back. But you got a real problem when an actor actually cares more about his character than the actual writers or director. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the problem, and yeah, that's the big issue they've got. You know. So.
Because we're not in charge. If we was in charge, it'd be different, but we're not.
Yeah, but I mean, you would think they would listen to the actor who's played Luke Skywalker for the last 30 years.
No.
You know
but then again, you'd have thought they'd listen to George Lucas and took his last 3 covers off him, last 3 scripts off him and said, right, yeah, we'll make these 3. And I just think it was disrespect from the start. I think it was something they've been after since '83. He eventually got it. And then he turned into Gollum.
Yeah.
I think that's all that happened.
See, if they were really smart, they would have taken George Lucas' script for the last 3, got him to direct them, maybe tweaked them a little bit, and just left them as is. You know?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, to not use anything George Lucas did for the last 3, I thought was a kick in the arse. You know, I was like, oh, how could you not do that?
I know.
So for me, it was a bit disrespectful from the very beginning of us all. I could be talking totally different, Zombie, if all these films were brilliant. If they were all amazing and they're all the same as the rest of them, they're just as good as the OT, if not better, it'd be a totally different ball game, wouldn't it? But
yeah,
I just think nowadays you talk about Star Wars, it just leaves a bit of a bad taste in your mouth, doesn't it? It's like it doesn't come with any woo anymore. Or
no, it's kind of like the magic is gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's nothing to do with me getting older either, because this week alone I watched 2 trailers. One was Alien, the new Alien Romulus.
Yeah.
And the other one, Beetlejuice, was another one. Ghostbusters was another one. I've seen all these trailers this week that I thought, wow, look at this. This looks great. So it's not my age that's lost the magic. I think it's the project of Star Wars, that's just disappearing.
Yeah, I think. But one good thing is when these movies do come along, then we will get excited for them. You know.
Yeah.
Which is good because I'm looking forward to the new Deadpool. Hopefully that's really good. If they keep going in the line of the last couple, it'll be good. But if Hollywood gets involved, then I'm a bit worried about it. You know?
Yeah, pod racing. She said it. That's when I forgot that Furiosa. Because when I watched Fury Road, I thought that was the film of the year. I loved it. And when I've seen that Furiosa trailer, that just looks something else. So again, the magic's not gone from certain movies because you look at things, you still get that same sort of excitement. I just think now we know what we're going to get from Disney Star Wars. I think that we know now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You do.
But as I said, it goes back to before. It's about hiring the people that are qualified, that are fans of the franchise. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just like the He-Man movie. How many times have they went and cancelled it?
I can't believe we've still not got another one. Every single year, it seems like the He-Man movie's coming.
Getting this, and then something happens, and then they cancel it, and then it's like, oh, so another director fucking picks up the script, and it's like, oh, you were getting it back, and then it gets cancelled again.
Yeah, I look at films today sometimes, Baz, and I think I'm glad it's not coming. I'm glad it's not here yet. Let's get rid of all this silly business first in movies, and when movies go back to being good and serious, that's when you bring it back. That's when you can make a Thundercats and the rest of them all. Yeah, I'm just fed up of everything from my childhood getting ruined. Do you know what I mean?
Well, technically, we did that. Technically, we should have got a Thundercat movie back in '94.
Yeah,
but it got made. It got put into cinemas, and basically, parents were like, "Oh, wait a minute, this is not a kiddies." There was something was shown in the movie that parents didn't like, and it ended up getting completely scrapped.
Whitewashed,
Never got it. Because Vin Diesel was in it. Vin Diesel was meant to be planned for. I think that would have been I think it would have probably made a good Panther.
Yeah, in the 90s, yeah. He was a big guy when he built like that. Looks like Panther in the 90s, didn't he? Yeah. Yeah.
But they've got to bring out a good one, though. Not just bring out, like, He-Man just for the sake of it. You know what I mean?
I know, they've been talking about it for the last probably 5 years. They want to bring out a He-Man movie, but they want to base it on the 80s
TV show.
These TV shows, but you know what it's like. It's like they'll not go. You need to get that director that's probably watched that as a kid, so he knows exactly what he wants and what he wants to do in it.
Exactly. You know, because the new.
It's bad run, I think. Like I said, Patty Jenkins does Wonder Woman 2, then brings on for Star Wars, and you're like, great. And then you watch the Acolyte trailer, and you're like, great. Then you know there's a Rey movie coming again, and you're like, oh my. It just never ends like that. It's like we already know now they're going to be disappointing before we've even seen any of them.
Yeah, well, you have looked at
the flavour now, don't you? You know the flavour of this Star Wars. You know how it's going to be perceived and how you're going to get it, and puts me off.
Well, you have a look at the first Wonder Woman. That was pretty good. That was a good movie, you know. And then they went with the second one, and it just went bloody all over the place. It was just bloody ridiculous, you know. It was just like you're making wishes and shit. I mean, what the hell is that? You know, just try and keep it realistic. You know what I mean?
Woman 2 was awful, wasn't it? It was awful, wasn't it, from start to finish. It was just so bad, that film.
Even the CGI, man. Even when Wonder Woman was fighting for man, Cheater, man, the CGI in that is horrible.
Yeah, but
it's just like everywhere she went, all the blokes were like, "Hey, baby." It's like there was no bloke that wasn't a sexual predator in this film. Do you know what I mean? It was just weird. It's just so strange.
That's like the Flash movie, the CGI, and that was atrocious.
I thought that beginning bit was with all the babies and everything. I thought that was just like, what the hell was that?
See, I would have rather they brought out another a Batman with Michael Keaton. You know what I mean? I would have just rather they just brought out another one of those.
I'd like to see the Batman Beyond for Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
I think he's at that age now where I'd love to see him playing the Bruce Wayne in Batman of the Future. I'd love to see that now.
See, that would have been so much better, even something like that. You know what I mean? But
they very scarcely, especially in the big movies, go off anything with Batman, don't they? It's like you'll get shows like Gotham, and you'll get all these little shows that are like little spin-offs of the character in the world of it, but you don't really get that in the movies. You've never, apart from the Joker. I think the Joker's the only one. Am I right there saying that? Yeah. Joker would be the only spin-off movie big time without the Batman of that universe. Yeah.
So like, I watched the trailer for the new Penguin series. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. There's certain things they've promised in that. They've said a different Batman villain every week, and it's going to build up to the Batman 2. So, I mean, the Batman was superb. I absolutely loved it. So I'm looking forward to this show. It looks really good.
I'm actually looking forward to Joker 2 because I want to see how I want to see how they're bringing Harley into this. I want to see if they're going to keep it, if they're going to change the story, or is Harley going to be like a psychiatrist kind of thing, and then Joker manages to twist her into the Harley Quinn. We don't really know how the story is going to work out yet.
But they're going for that mad love story, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I think that's it'll be interesting if they both end up in the Axis Chemical at the end. If he turns into the official Joker like she does Harley Quinn, that will be interesting to me. Because even though it was a great Joker, the clown makeup in a sense was a Joker, but it wasn't my Joker. Do you know what I mean? It would have been if it had fell in that, you know. But
well, a lot of folk I know a lot of folks says, "Oh, is this going to be a Joker origin story?" Or then when you watched it, it's like, well, it's not really the Joker that we know, but is this just the movie The Joker? But then once you start watching it, you're like, you start like, this is he's starting to get twisted and
see what Zombie says, that was good writing.
Yeah,
it needs all special effects and all that. When you get a good storyline going and you can get behind a character, that's all you need to grip you and to drag you in, isn't it? How did you think books have worked for bloody hundreds of years? You know what I mean? It's like strange.
As long as you've got a good story and you do the character justice, I mean, that's all we want. You know what I mean?
I mean, I did like the look of that new trailer.
That Lady Gaga is playing Harley, but I think Lady Gaga would make a good Harley.
Yeah, I think she'll be great. I never really took to Margot Robbie being Harley Quinn because for me, again, being a DC guy, Margot Robbie played her like a supermodel coming out of a nightclub at 3 a.m. in the morning. It wasn't really for me, that sort of Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
I've always wanted
Audrey Plaza. Even though
it was a good Harley, it's not the Harley that me and
it's not my Harley yet. Great, don't get me wrong. That she was good as Harley Quinn in them films, but not my Harley, if you'll have me.
I know she was meant to wear the original Harley Quinn costume, but they went and changed it to that skimpy costume that she ended up wearing.
She did wear it though in First Suicide Squad, didn't she? There's a scene where they do the Alex Ross Joker and Harley Quinn dance, and there's a split scene with her in it. But that's it.
And it's the same. There's actually a deleted scene. Is it, you know, the bit when they're all like in the yard and they're all starting to get dressed, and you see, actually, when she opens up her bag, she actually takes out the original Harley Quinn costume, and then
I remember that scene quite well, actually.
Batman, younger than Joker. And...
That's true though, but there is an age, because he was a little boy, wasn't he, when he sees him at the gates and he goes out with his face, he's a little lad, isn't he? It'd be nice, but like I said, it's the Joker was a great film, but I honestly thought that would just be a one-off, you know, the sort of story it told and stuff. I thought, that was just a one-off origin, like.
Yeah.
But to bring Harley Quinn in and to do the Mad Love storyline, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what we get.
Especially if they bring Batman into it as well at the end. You know what I
But
mean?
it's like what pod racing. He says here, Batman was only a little kid, wasn't he? In this one, in the first one, Batman was a little boy. So whether I don't know how old Joaquin Phoenix was playing that Joker. Would you say 40s? Would you say so? It's been in his 60s, wouldn't it, if Batman grew up like in that sort of. So I don't know how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe they're just not. Maybe this is a trilogy, just no Batman in this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just
Yeah, but you can't have the Joker without Batman. You know what I mean? It's like,
I thought that the Venom film really as well. How'd you have Venom without Spider-Man?
yeah, I didn't mind an Origins movie, but at some stage you've got to have them like meet and then intertwine. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, you just got to have it. You know, at some stage it's just got to happen. You know what I mean? That's what fans want. You know what I mean? It's like when Luke, Leia, and Han in the last three movies, they didn't even get together in one scene, all three of them. That's what the fans wanted.
That was bad, that minute. Oh.
You got to have Batman and Joker together. You know what I mean? At some stage.
As you see, you can't have Batman without Joker, and you can't really have Joker without Batman.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
even though they're arch enemies, they're basically best friends.
Yeah, exactly.
You think about it.
Exactly, and that's you got to have them together at some stage. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the origin stories and stuff like that, but at some stage they've got to come into contact with each other for sure. You know?
Place just runs right here. Should be getting Peter McSteel movies by now, like the James Bond franchise starring PGM, Peter McSteel. His own Bond franchise. That'd be great. It's a shame.
But yeah, if Venom, the new Venom, if they put Tom Holland in there as Spider-Man, I mean that'd be awesome. You know what I mean?
I would never ban a Spider-Man franchise and then lend Spider-Man out where I just made everything without Spider-Man. I never understood that deal. Just never understood it. I mean, they're getting the fact of the way that Amazing Spider-Man 2 went, and Sony weren't happy with that. So they lent this character to Spider-Man to sort of get him back in the fold again, the Marvel lot. But then I'd be right, thanks very much for that. Now we're having him back. But it's just weird how it went.
Yeah, but the only reasons the Spider-Man went so well in that because of Infinity War and Endgame. If they were to put Spider-Man into Marvel now, it'd be a bloody disaster. You know what I mean?
But do you not think, I mean, that year, Zombie, where we had 3 Batmans in the same year, you know, we had Michael Keaton back, we had Ben Affleck at the start of that film as our Batman as we know him today, and then the Robert Pattinson Batman. So I was like, well, why don't they just have a new Spider-Man in this Spider-Man franchise? Okay, Marvel have got that Spider-Man, but what's the problem with having, like, Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire being in these Spider-Mans? Do you know, I don't understand why they didn't do it.
I would have loved to have seen a third Amazing Spider-Man with the Rhino. That would have been really good, I reckon.
I mean, is there a sense that they have to do it? Because is it me or these Sony films, and they keep giving little Spider-Man cameos, like on Morbius, he's on the wall, and there's graffiti and some other pictures. You know, is it eventually going to culmatize into a Spider-Man movie, like a Sinister Six or...
Don't know. I don't know why they... I don't even know why they're not even talks about that. You know what I mean?
It's even like the Craven from the Craven trailer.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense as well. It's like, we always know that Craven, he starts off as, but once he gets that serum and it basically fucks his mind up.
Yeah.
In this movie, he's going to be fighting Rhino when it's like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah. It comes back to good storytelling again. You know what I mean? And then from storytelling, it comes back to hiring the people that are fans of the franchise that are true to the original content. You know what I mean?
It's like the Morbius movie. That didn't make fucking sense as well.
Yeah, it's like I said, they probably got the director that didn't even know about Morpheus before then. You know what I mean? That's what they do, you know?
Gap says, would like to see Timothy Chalamet Spider-Man? No, but I'd love to see him as Robin. he's got to be Dick Grayson, that kid. He has to be, doesn't he? He looks just like Robin. And somebody, I'm sure I've heard talk that he's going to be Robin in the Patterson Batmans. I don't know if the rumours or whatever. But yeah, I'd like Chalamet's Robin.
But, yeah. But then again, they have to bring in a good story for him as well. You know what I mean? There's no use throwing someone in and not having a good story for him.
No.
You
know what? With a bit of luck, with all this money that Hollywood apparently keep losing, maybe it's about time that they got their acts together and said, you know what? Let's just go back to what we do. Because, like, to be fair, when Disney do anything good, they do it the best. Let's be fair.
Oh, they do.
It's just for some reason, these past few years, it's not been about anything or anything that you love, but it's just been like what you said, Zombie. This message has to be put across, so push this before anything. And you're like,
yeah. But they're driving this message to an audience that's a very small audience and don't even support them anyway.
No.
And that's the biggest problem. They think they're going to come out in droves, but they're not the key audience you should be targeting, you know?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
And that's the thing. It's just hire the right people for the job. It doesn't matter who they are. If they're going to do something good, let them do it. You know,
I thought they've got a little bit of background. It's like, yeah, I've watched Star Wars, or I've watched this, or I've watched that, and then they know exactly what they want. And then when the movie comes, they can make the decisions like, this is how I want it to be, instead of bringing something that's got nothing, has never seen or dealt with them.
We'll have a look at the guy that directed the Master of the Universe, the new He-Man TV cartoon show. He didn't even watch the series as a kid. You know what I mean? The original one. You know, so
he did watch it, and then but in an interview back in the early 2000s, is like, oh, he hated fucking He-Man, and it's like, that doesn't make fucking sense. Why make a He-Man series if he didn't like it in the fucking first place?
Because they're paying him. That's why. You know, there's no love there at all. You know what I mean? And
I will say, man, the Revelation, the new series that just come out, man, that was awesome compared to the previous woman. The previous season that they brought out.
Yeah. Slap me PGM. Spider-Man doing EastEnders style. Get off my web.
But yeah, and that, I think that's
PGM is Spider-Man. He's weird.
PGM is Spider-Man.
As everybody says, weird hands.
Yeah. But I think if you get someone that's true to the original series of whatever franchise you do, then they're going to do it justice, you know what I mean? But when you've got people that haven't even watched the series or didn't like the series, I mean, why are they making a new series? You know they're going to make it their way, which is going to be totally different to the original, and fans are not going to love it. So,
last thing Jonathan Smith, Redmond says there that Kevin Smith used to be a comic book TV show, and he slated multiple times that he hated He-Man. So why would he go, oh yeah, it's obviously a quick cash day to him. They'll put Kevin Smith's name onto the new He-Man project, push the load of crap that they want to sell, and we all fall for it. I never did. I never watched it because I've got a bit of a problem about adultising my childhood. I just always have. I don't really need to see an adult version of my childhood now. I've just never been like that. Do you know, I like it where it was and that love of it when I was a kid. So when I'm reading such jokes like, oh, we need to fist him and all that, I was like, well, that's I mean, I love Kevin Smith, don't get me wrong. But Kevin Smith and He-Man, it doesn't really mix to me. Like, you're only going to get that sort of adult innuendo, cheeky sort of jokes, aren't you? Like,
after, what is it, 40 years for He-Man? Yeah. Like, over all these years, right, there's always one character, and usually when there's a character that's got a really dodgy name that is probably not politically correct nowadays, it's like, why are they still using it? But I noticed they killed him off quite quick. But you notice with one of the Transformers, Slag, they went and changed that. As soon as that got hanging, that got changed. But like Fistor, you'd think they wouldn't have used that character.
Oh, they get such a Don now of is just like Slave Ones now, the Firefly, and Just makes you laugh, doesn't it? Whatever it's called, the fire spray, whatever.
Yeah.
No, it's Slave One. That's how I've known it since like 1980. That's what it will always be for me. Do you know what I mean? It's
Exactly. It's never going to change. It's never going to change. You can change the name Disney, but we all know it's going to be
Because you
Slave
know it's
One.
always going to be Slave One because that's what we grew up with.
oh,
Exactly.
listen, I'm so old school. I still say recorded for things I've downloaded. I say, oh yeah, I recorded it, or I taped it. I still say them same VHS slang signs. I never say, oh, I downloaded it. Oh, I've made sure I downloaded it. I still say stupid stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it. It's never going to change.
No, it's
Well,
generational, isn't it?
The original recording for when Star Wars first come on the TV, and folk are like, "What's a recorded?" What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Oh, the little kids look at me like, what's he on about? Recording what? Yeah, it's funny, isn't it?
I still laugh to this day when my nephew come across my grand's old record players or old records, and it's like those are some size of DVDs, Uncle Bazzy, and it's like they're no DVDs, mate.
Got to that age, haven't we? Kids don't even understand how a cassette and an LP works, do they? That is so like we've got to that age, haven't we?
So my dad was going through some of my Papa's stuff, and Papa had a load of the old cassette tapes, kind of thing, and he's like, "What are these?" Kind of thing. It's like because he didn't know what they were.
Yeah, but
Oh, do you
vinyl's
not
coming
remember the
back now.
days? Sellotaping over your ends of tapes to record over them. The good old days, if the tabs had been snapped. Oh, kids today. Pencil for your wiring up. They don't know.
There's a father and daughter duo that's on TikTok, and he takes the piss out of his daughter because his daughter's he's from like the 80s, so he gave her the cassette and he says, "What's this kind of thing?" He goes, "Go and rewind it," and she's like, "What do you mean?" And then he ends up pulling out the tape itself, and he goes, gives her the pencil, and he goes, "Go and rewind that," and she's like, "What do you mean rewind it?"
Yeah.
Oh, they were fun days too.
Anyway, fellas, I'm going to have to shoot off. It's gone 12.
I am.
We've been on here for 3 hours tonight, Baz. I thought I'll come on for 10 minutes. Come and have a chat. Been on for 2.5 hours. He was showing. Yeah, some great stuff there. That'll be brilliant. Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Brilliant stuff.
But get your printer up for sure.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah.
As
If
I
I need
say,
anything, I'll send you a message. Get some advice.
Yeah. If you need anything, just let me know.
This was just a last minute kind of. I've been thinking about it for like after we've done the Lego thing. And it's like before the Lego for man. I said, should I do a live stream or should I not? And I was like, about 8:30. It's like, Ken, what bugger? Let's just get it done. Let's just do it.
It's been a nice little wind down from Stu's last night and all this. So I'm glad you did. It's just been a nice little wind down from all that last night. So yeah, I'm glad you did, Baz. And thanks for having me on as well. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Well, everybody's welcome to come on, kind of thing. I thought it was just going to be myself just going through some of that stuff, but you kind of, when folk come on, you kind of get distracted and you end up
chatting away. Yeah, you do. Well, take care anyway, won't you, fellas?
No, take care. Anyway.
You too, Zombie.
Catch you all later.
All right. See you guys.
When it wants to work.